Yeah.
I want the record to show I was ready. My intro is done before Tulip went live.
They're ready to
You
We are
know what?
officially waiting on Tulip.
A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
I would
And
hope
has
so,
an arrow to his knee.
Ooh, can I tell you something personal?
Uncanny dodge.
So this new cute guy in my office building invited me to lunch someday.
You work from home, and so does your husband. That does not count.
He just started working from home last week.
That's so funny.
Awesome.
I was literally about to be, oh, how's your husband feel about that? And then Tulip was like, boom.
How's your husband feel? Damn.
Cold-blooded.
That's funny.
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar. Oh, it's okay.
Why?
No porn. Who the hell's watching no porn at the bar?
Excuse me, ma'am.
My friend sent me something from his Snapchat story. It's a TikTok.
That was perfectly timed, I feel.
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar.
But I'm your mother. I don't care.
That makes it even worse.
That makes it so much worse. That makes it so much worse.
Why?
That escalated so quickly.
Super quick.
Yeah. All right. Is everyone alive and ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Oof. Where we left off last time, you guys murdered the prince.
Yeah, we did.
Sure did.
We murked that ass.
I believe I believe Elena got the rod of the Pact Keeper.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
I unfortunately don't remember what rarity I put it at, so I'm going to say that it was okay. Yeah, cool. That sounds right.
I mean, we're only level 5, so.
That's
Hold on, I'm looking. I think I made notes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was +1. Because we were talking how it gave +1 to damage and to hit.
It's very good.
Blah blah blah.
Very good.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't remember that conversation, but I'll believe you.
And now you're thank you, Game Pass, for giving me a notification that I could download Civ 6 if I wanted to off Game Pass, even though I actually own it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Game Pass. All right. Now, where you guys all left off, you just killed the guy. You got your loot, or well, you looted the corpses within the room that you're in. There's still a large house.
Yes.
And several allies just kind of hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my notes say investigate the mansion.
So I think the biggest thing is we need to figure out if there's anybody else in here. Like anywhere in this house. Is this now our house?
Is this
it's in the middle of the street?
Did we just gain a home base up in this bitch?
That's what I said. Didn't I say that?
Wait, were we supposed to listen to Butterball?
No.
I don't know.
I'm not sure that's how the housing market works.
I'm not sure.
Squatters' rights. I don't know what you're talking about.
Squatters' rights, yeah.
I think squatters' rights get thrown out the window when you murder the previous occupants.
How are they going to find out?
Potato, potato.
Prestidigitation. All the blood is cleaned up. There's no evidence.
Does anyone here even know prestidigitation?
I mean, I usually do. Let me see if I do now.
Just chuck them through the door that cleans everything up.
There is one small problem with getting away with murder in a magical world.
What's happening to Double D?
Speak of dead.
They have to have a body.
Let's feed the body to pigs.
Oh. You guys have quickly gone down the rabbit hole of just chaotic evil.
I mean, I'm not. This is definitely saying that out of game.
Is Snow hungry?
Jesus Christ.
It doesn't eat people.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
It eats like fish
I mean,
Mm,
it's a carnivore.
and grass.
Is it a carnivore and an omnivore? Like, does it really distinguish?
It doesn't super distinguish, but it's mostly a horse, so like
Yeah.
it mostly eats the stuff that a horse would eat.
That's fair.
And then a little bit of extra stuff because it is a flying predator, so it like would logically probably also go for like fish
Fish.
because
I
it's
like
too-
the
Mm.
fish.
it's
I
fast
would
as
like to
fuck.
investigate for a brass brazier and a bunch of incense.
I'm going to also investigate. I'm going to go room by fucking room.
I feel like after we look to make sure that the house is clear, I would like to look to see if there's like an armory anywhere, like a storage of
Yes.
goods.
Indeed.
After we search for people, making sure, like basically going off what Tulip said, I'm going to make sure there's nobody in the building that's not just basic butler staff.
Yes.
I'm sure they're in the building somewhere.
I want to make sure we have no danger, and I want to
You've
look
already-
for dope shit. That's
You have already met
Oh.
like 3 members of the staff. Met the 2
Yeah,
stable
well, we
hands
can ask
outside,
them-
and the poor guy that you like broke the nose of and then sent running off.
Yeah, that's true. I did break his nose.
I don't remember what I said his name was, but the poor guy.
I don't
just
think
had
you
a
did
bad
say.
day.
I feel only a little bit bad about that.
He was
Smidge, a skosh.
his job was to
Skosh.
stand behind the door and wait for someone to open it, so that he could be like, I'm gonna guide you to the big thing, and then the door gets fucking blasted into his face. 'Cause he was expecting people to open the door like a normal person.
Hey, man.
Thaumaturgy can be a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Who knew a cantrip could hurt so much?
I mean, they are just a commoner. They've only got the 4 hit points.
And
They
you took
were-
3 of
To
them.
be fair, it would be non-lethal damage.
Yeah. But the 4 hit points means it's not hard to like hurt them.
I probably left him on like 1 HP with a broken nose.
It's like you get hit in the face. Like me as a normal person, if someone punches me in the face, I'm just done. Like I'm done. All over. I'm not gonna fight. So someone gives me a clean punch to the face, I'm like, no, I'm good actually.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
having
good times.
experienced that, I tend to get really angry and remove the child from my presence.
I got clocked in the face by like a couple of times, and each time I was basically just dropped.
Yeah.
Granted, every time was by someone that's like twice my size and bigger than me. And I was like, I mean, that's unfortunate for me, I guess.
So it's time to train Jester, is what I hear.
I heard the
I-
same thing.
I'll send
I
my
know, let's
children
see.
over.
I am not a fighter.
Let's get Jester swole.
Okay, so do we have a rough idea of what the house looks like?
It's like a large 3-floor manor. Well, I
We
guess
are
2
downstairs.
floor- You're on the 2nd floor, but it's like
Okay.
I guess 2 floors in an attic,
Okay.
and it's got like the long it's got like that wide sprawling kind of design where it's
hmm
more spread out than it needs to be. But you know they had a bunch of land, so they're like, fuck it, we'll build stuff on every piece of it.
So we have not already cleared the ground floor. We just cleared the ground entryway.
Yeah, basically, you guys kind of made a beeline for the
For the trouble.
yeah.
The
But you
dining
did
room.
you did go through a lot of the upstairs because the magic mouth path took you along like a roundabout route to get
Yeah,
there.
that's true. We
Don't
do
call it the
know-
magic mouth path. That just sounds dirty.
Magic mouth pad.
I mean, that's the spell you guys kept coming across.
Yeah, we kept coming across. the
Is that a
magic mouth
phrasing situation?
No,
Phrasing?
I meant every
Phrasing.
word that I said.
spell.
I believe him.
Yeah,
we
Morty
do
was
at
just
least
dying a little.
know, would we need to make a roll to see if there's any need to check those rooms again?
I mean, you guys kind of you went through each of them with the intention of trying to see if there's people in them, right?
Right.
Like
Yes.
trying to find immediate danger, and you didn't find any people in any of them except for the homie whose nose you broke.
Yeah.
So at least those rooms you went through, people
Thank
wise,
you.
there's no one there.
You son of a bitch. Do not put that into the atmosphere, Double D.
Okay.
Is Tulip talking to us or his chat?
I was talking to chat. Now,
Okay.
I
Wait, you
would
talk to your
if
chat?
if
Weird.
we've basically cleared the upstairs where we're at, I do want to go room by room and see if there's any dope shit up there.
Mhm.
Also a brass brazier. Brass brazier. That's the word.
Jester, you're not helping.
I wasn't intending to.
He's like, yes.
All right,
I'm
I-
booting
Right.
Diamond Dave out of chat.
Done. So
Why? Diamond Dave, he's a good lad.
He said, hope you all roll ones. I'm booting him out of chat.
Wow.
Actually,
Wow,
he didn't
dude.
say
All right.
all. Well, he didn't say I hope you all. He said I hope you roll all. So only me. You
Yes.
guys are
Oh,
fine.
then he can stay.
Yeah,
Cursing
I think-
Tulip is perfectly acceptable.
I figured that you'd be
Funny
okay with
even.
that, Mud.
Yeah, he
What?
can stay. I'm
All right.
okay
I
with that.
approve.
I'm investigating.
Promote that man.
I'm investigating.
Dave is doing holy work, cursing Tulip.
I don't think he
Golden-
needs help.
I rolled a natural 14.
Oh, yeah, but
plus-
that- It doesn't
plus-
matter though.
plus 8 on my investigation, so that's a 22.
So you guys are doing what now?
I'm looking for dope shit on the second floor where we know that it's already cleared.
How are you going about looking for the said dope shit?
I am literally jumping from room to room, like rummaging.
Just going through people's shit.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what Patch does, dude.
Most of the rooms on the second floor that you've cleared out are like verified there weren't people in, and you're like roundabout route across the. Because you only really went through like half of the second floor.
Yeah.
So that half of the second floor was mostly just like servants area for the first little bit, and then like guest bedrooms and whatnot. And most of them look like they either are unoccupied or, in the servants' case, they just don't own anything. And in
Sorry, go ahead, Jester.
the guest rooms seem like this particular wing of the house hasn't had guests in it for a while.
Okay.
It's like you find some kind of like old clothes and whatnot that are, I mean, admittedly nice. You can find like a couple of sets of fine clothes. They're
might
just-
Actually,
come in
not
handy.
bad to have. Might
Yeah.
come in handy, exactly.
I'll pocket those.
The little caveat for them is
Yeah.
that they're not that any of you would necessarily know about fashion, but they're like 2 or 3 fashion eras out of date. You know how fast
Mm,
fashion goes. They're
Look,
not in
mascara.
vogue.
I would like to investigate. I would like to search for any, like, an office. I want to try to see if there's any written information, letters, notes, maps of the battlefield, anything like that anywhere. And then after that, I would also like to investigate the attic.
Well, you guys continue kind of clearing the second floor.
Can I tell you what
make
I'm
it-
looking for too?
A brass brazier
And incense.
and incense. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And anything else cool. But
Your
specifically those.
best bet for that will probably be the kitchen.
Are we allowed to split up?
Yeah.
I'm going to the kitchen.
So you guys kind of clear room by room, trying
Yeah.
to make sure the place is empty. Some of you split off, kind of cover more ground a little more quickly to make sure the building is empty.
Mm-hmm.
You stumble across a few confused, like, butlers and whatnot that seem almost offended that you're in the wrong areas of the house. But it doesn't take much to intimidate them or persuade them to run away.
Okay.
There's a distinct lack of, like, guards, even though there was one in the room with the prince, it feels like the royal prince would have a lot more guards hanging about. So it feels like they've got to be somewhere.
Or was he
Or-
guarding himself because isn't he like disgraced or something?
No, he's still the crown. He was. I mean, he's dead now, so
Unless
he was still the crown
this-
prince.
maybe this was like a top secret hideout, not even his guards knew about it. Or they're somewhere in the city still.
Jester's like, I wrote this world, I know where they are.
Yeah.
And the kitchen doesn't really bear any incense for you, but you definitely find a large brass brazier.
Yay!
I have a
That's
block of
that's
incense.
that's pretty easy to find.
I have a whole block of incense that I've only used like one small chunk of.
Yeah, but I have to like use it up and I need like 10 GP worth.
Damn. And you keep going along.
Ow.
Tulip, you kind of leave the guest bedrooms area, and now you find like the more occupied area of the house where there's a couple of guest bedrooms that look like they might actually see regular use.
All right.
2 bedrooms that they're definitely not like the inhabitants of the house's room, but they definitely seem to be in use. So this house definitely has meetings, and people come over, at least a couple, pretty regularly. And inside the room, you can find, there's nothing too valuable, though you do kind of find like a few fallen coins here and there. Stuff that like fell out of their pockets or whatever, and they just didn't care enough to pick up.
All
You
right.
find like 3 or 4 GP.
Hey.
People drop in gold, and they're wealthy enough that they don't give a shit.
They got uncommon loot.
What is you?
Can I find some herbs
more?
too?
I mean, probably.
That's Cook's
Cool.
name.
There's all
No.
sorts of like herbs and seasonings and stuff in the kitchen. Probably more than you've ever seen in your life.
Yay! I'm gonna use some herbs. Thanks.
Yeah, you are.
What was Nisara looking for?
I don't know. I mean, no, I don't have anything in particular.
If it intrigues Nisara at all, there's like a backyard archery range.
That's pretty dope. I mean, I was gonna ask if there's like some type of armory in this house. Like,
Yeah.
obviously,
No
for
one
me,
has
it's gonna be more so any magical weapons.
No one has been particularly successful in finding an armory yet. And as
Ooh.
for excuse me. Having a brain fart.
Put your hand down.
Can I get some charcoal in the kitchen too? Thanks. Okay.
God,
I
she's so
mean-
needy.
These
Jeez, though.
are all like standard enough items that I'm like, sure. None of these are
Yay.
particularly hard to find.
I feel like a house this size with a staffed kitchen would have all of that.
Emmerich,
That's why I'm asking.
go ahead and make an investigation check for me, Emmerich, to try to find the entrance to the attic. Like, it's clear that there is one somewhere, but the entrance isn't like abundantly obvious.
Okay, can I use perception instead?
Sure.
Sweet.
Nice.
Oh no. I got 6.
Oh, this is awkward.
And that's with a +4.
All right. I see him struggling, and I start to help out.
I can't find it.
Philip, you can go ahead and roll perception as well, because
Perception,
you're probably
or can I do
or
investigation?
investigation, either one. Because you're also probably looking for a big boss man's room.
Rolled
You
an
want that-
18 this time, so that's a 26, baby.
Hey, there we go.
Your investigations don't 100% align with what Emmerich's looking for. You're going for the loot and whatnot.
I mean,
and you find a large oak locked door
okay.
that it keeps Like if you're not staring directly at it, it like disappears from your vision.
Mm.
Like you have to be staring right at it to see it.
Interesting.
And you kind of fiddle with the door a little bit, and it's locked, but you can kind of feel like the lock isn't as sturdy as it should be.
Should I use my thieves' tools
You can indeed.
to unlock?
Can he investigate for
Should I
trap? Like,
should
make
I
sure it's
check
not
it check it for traps first?
If you would like to.
Yeah, let me check it for traps real quick.
That would make too much sense.
And I put like I use the cantrip guidance, so he gets to add a D4 to the ability check.
What
As
a
he's,
nice guy.
All right, check it for
as
traps.
he's Checking for traps.
Natural
and picking the
20
lock.
and a 4 on the thing.
Didn't even need it.
God damn. Okay.
So
What a waste of a nat
with
20.
my investigation, that's going to be a 32.
Bro, Mud, it's not a waste of a nat 20. That's a waste of a max everything.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I feel bad saying that it's not trapped.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Like
did you set a DC? I'm sorry.
it's not a trapped door, so like it's pretty safe.
All right,
I feel
Tulip's
bad.
useless for the rest of the night.
I'm going to go ahead and attempt to unlock it then.
You still get the D4 to this too.
Okay, sweet. That is going to be 27 to unlock it.
Nice.
This
Yeah,
dude knows how to open a door.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, what was the base roll? 15?
The base roll is a 16 plus
Oh,
7.
yeah, no, the base roll already, that already did it.
Yeah.
It's just a normal ass lock. The DC is like 15 on a normal ass lock. Yeah, the door swings open. And as it like swings open, it's like the magic that was hiding it dies.
Mm-hmm. Illusion magic. Gotta love it.
And in here there's like it kind of looks like a study.
Okay.
And in the back left corner, there's a trap door in the roof with a little pull down ladder. And there's there's like a row of bookshelves and a large mahogany desk.
It smells of rich mahogany.
I am gonna start investigating the desk and its drawers.
I will help him. I will use the help action to give him advantage on this roll.
Wait, what's your investigation?
Plus 8.
Oh, I'll help.
Oh,
I will
now
help
you
Tulip.
fucking need me. Now you need me.
No.
You'll pick him up so he can look in the drawers.
And he has guidance right now too, so like.
Guidance is only a one shot kind of deal.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
a cantrip. I can literally.
You can do whatever. You can just boop.
It's
just
a cantrip. Yeah.
boop my little rabbit nose every time. And
Yeah. Exactly.
Little guy.
You got this.
oh, it's probably a good thing because that's a 6
I just put lettuce in your pocket every time.
plus 9. So 9 plus 8 is going to be what, a 17?
What are you
Is
looking
it the
for?
devil's lettuce?
What are you looking for in particular there, Tulip?
Just going through looking for hidden compartments. I'm looking for any kind of plans that the team would like to see.
Mhm.
There's nothing particularly incriminating on his desk. There's a lot of like financial ledgers. And glancing over those, man spends money. Like just looking at his expensive the last day would make like a commoner sick.
Where was it spent?
Where's this money?
All sorts of play. There was a couple of taverns that he went to. It seems he got hammered the other night. Went to
I
a lot of
respect this
different
man.
bars.
What's his drink of choice?
I mean, it doesn't specify like what he drank. It just
What kind of
specified.
receipt is that?
Is there
Where-
anything that sticks out then?
There's
you know.
there's a particular looking through like what he got from a single day won't necessarily tell you anything, but looking through, you might find patterns. Though from the single day, the point I was going to make a commoner sick was he spent like 2,000 GP yesterday.
Mhm. Jesus Christ.
That's
So
that's
can we
That's a
just
lot of
go
gold.
find his money
that's
and take
that's
it?
that's more than most commoners see in their entire lifetime.
Okay. So let's just go take his money.
But going through the ledger, you can see kind of a pattern of he goes to the same clothing shop pretty often, which also makes some sense for a noble. They tend to have their favorite places to get things tailored. But it seems like he's going there like once a week, which is a little odd.
What's the name of the shop?
The
It's
Kingsman.
okay, it's a clothing shop.
Just call it the Kingsman.
No, that's copyright, probably. I don't know. It's just called the cracked almond.
The cracked almond. Sounds milky.
That's the point.
So, can I search for possible liquor/wine cabinet of some sort?
Oh yeah, there's a wine closet like right next to the kitchen. It is stocked.
Well, now my bag is stocked, if you know what I mean.
And this isn't the wine you're used to. This
It's
is like
wine that I've read about since like I am into it.
This-
Also, it's like I pick and choose and see like a lot of ones that I've read that I knew I could never afford, and I'm just like,
this is like
yeah.
getting the
Good.
5-star restaurant kind of wine.
Yep.
Or the Michelin. How many Michelin stars can a restaurant get? Is it 5?
3.
4?
Three.
3? Awesome. I know my restaurants. We're good.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. We got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but
I'm
it's-
just stocking up on some wine to go, and just making sure we're packed.
Solid.
don't
I
worry.
crack one open for a little celebration for murdering his ass, and pour some out for him.
Also in the desk you can there's a little safe in the bottom
Mhm.
corner, like on the floor in the bottom corner, like underneath the desk where the chair would go.
Mm-hmm.
That's locked up tight.
No code anywhere.
No, it's also not like a keyhole lock, and it's one of those like combination locks.
Ooh. Can I pick it?
Just said it's
What?
not a key lock.
He said it's a combination lock.
I gotta stick my big ear up against it.
Yeah.
It's still
Can I check it for traps?
No.
You gonna waste another nat 20?
Sure. Also on the desk is there's a few more paper. There's also a few like letters, I guess. Like they're in an envelope and whatnot. But when you take the stuff out of the envelope, there's nothing written on them.
Visible ink.
You could check for traps if you'd like, I suppose, Tulip.
You suppose.
I
9, so it would be.
You cut out.
You literally cut out as soon as you said the number.
It was a natural 9, so I got a 17 investigation.
boy howdy, is it like an ordinary safe.
Okay. I'm going.
Very well made though. Like this is some top-notch craftsmanship.
I was about to say,
Craftsmanship.
could I just chuck it against the wall and break?
I'm gonna attempt to put my ear up against it and do the whole dial thing to find out what the combination is to open it.
Sure.
Can I give him the help action with this? Or not?
If not, I'll definitely take some guidance on it.
If
Yeah.
you can tell me how you're helping him.
I wouldn't know. I'll definitely give him guidance for this because I do feel like this is an expertise that I'm not proficient in like him, so I don't feel like I could help. But guidance I could do.
Okay.
Indeed.
Could I use a help action with my keen senses? Would that help? That would do anything?
If
Aren't you guys in
we're-
a different room?
Yeah, it was just me and two.
I guess that's a good point.
All right.
I'm getting drunk. That's right.
I'm still in the kitchen.
Yeah, we're drinking wine.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he found a bunch of booze. Like he found a fully stocked wine closet.
Yep. And don't worry, I brought
So-
some for the road.
It's an 18.
An
I'm gonna need you to
18.
make some really good cookies in that bag for this wine, though. This is like top notch.
What kind of cookies do you eat with wine?
I guess it
Surprising.
kind of depends.
Probably shortbread cookies. I
Jeez.
feel like that would actually be pretty good.
Yeah, like some shortbreads. You can do chocolate.
In a
Chocolate
in a
cookies.
surprising turn of events, Tulip did not actually successfully open the safe.
But I will go ahead and burn one of my energy dice to bolster that since I failed, and I can add a d6 to it.
He's still gonna fail.
An additional 3, so it's a 21 now that I got.
Awesome. You hear the telltale click of it slowly opening.
Hey.
All right, I won't shoot you today.
Just
The
barely made
DC
it.
Of 20, wasn't it? Nice.
Thank you,
Within this-
mind powers
Thank you, mind powers
And guidance.
and guidance.
and guidance.
As the little,
Player
little
copy.
safe pops open, there's what we would call a fat stack of cash. There's a little bag that's got like 100 GP in it, which is, very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's also got it's got like a tied bundle of letters,
Okay.
as well as a signet ring. That's unfamiliar to any house that any of you are familiar with.
Sorry, we don't know any of this. The men are off doing it.
Back in
Well-
the kitchen,
Men these days, am I right?
I know.
in the
So
kitchen,
sensitive.
Alicia has also joined you down here. The princess. She's
Hi,
also
princess.
here to hang out with cookies and wine.
I mean,
She
aren't we
knows where
all?
it's at. Well, let's go.
Like that's where the party's at. You she managed to track down a chef and convince him to make you guys a meal. It's like there's a chef in the corner next to you he's literally just cooking you guys probably some of the most fancy food most of you have seen.
Hmm.
But the two fellows are upstairs busy, so he's really only cooking for the three of you.
Ah,
So are we
We're
gonna
gonna-
be here for a while, waiting on them? Like an
no,
hour?
I'm gonna take my sweet time with this meal. Like,
It could very well take an hour, yeah.
sucks to
See?
suck for them to miss out on this amazing meal. We'll make them
Oh,
like some PB&J or something.
That you're literally sleuthing, trying to figure out more information of
So
there.
You know
I
what? I
think
feel like
while-
they're doing stuff down in the kitchen, so let's just split the gold between the two of us. And then you can have the stack of letters, and I'll be done.
Yes,
Butterball, you
Butterball, you can start casting Find Familiar.
thanks. I don't know how you had any idea that's what I was doing.
So
Okay.
50 GP.
You've
to
literally
you.
listed a brazier, a block of incense, a bunch of herbs worth 10 GP, and trying to have an hour casting time.
I know, like how'd you figure it out?
She's a sneaky little snag.
I was
Yes,
gonna do
you
it
can
before bed,
cast
but if we're
Find
just hanging
Familiar.
out here.
Jesus.
That's amazing. I love how you just did exactly what you were doing.
Chester's just like, yes.
That's-
I just sense like Jester rolling his eyes, like I fucking guessed. Like, just go for it, Jesus.
you can get
Just- Just get the pet bird already,
yeah.
so that Nasara can shoot it.
It's not a bird.
Oh, no.
Nasara the bird slayer.
Oh, listen, it had it coming. It had it coming.
All right. Does our investigation bear any more
Oh.
fruit besides the safe? I say, hey, Patch.
And
see
the
if you
entrance
can
to the attic.
lock this trap door up here.
It's not locked. You just have to pull down the ladder.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just high up.
All right, Nasara, we gotta talk.
Oh yeah.
When my hawk shows up.
It is a fucking bird.
Well, I was gonna be a fae, but I realized that it was gonna be a sprite, but I realized that's not one of the options. So
Good to see you.
Yeah.
It's
One
good
of
to
them
see you.
birds I could shoot.
Well, you
Welcome
chose
in, welcome in.
You chose the
Get your popcorn, snuggle up.
fuck
It's a good time, baby.
invocation that improves your familiar, right?
probably.
So that actually adds more options.
Okay, I'll read this while you guys keep talking.
I think it lets your thing also be like a fiend of some kind. So you can get
Well,
a
yeah,
little
it can
friend.
be a fae or fiend or celestial. I'll figure it out. Go on.
I'll get you a dad joke, baby.
Does the where does the trap door lead?
Upstairs to the attic.
Oh, I
Oh.
can do a sprite.
I
Yeah,
would like to investigate the attic.
cool. So I'm assuming Morty's taking the letters.
Yes.
It's like a stack of 15-ish letters tied together.
Okay. Do I guess I just open one of them.
Out of
See if
curiosity,
there's like legible ink.
out of curiosity, what languages do you speak?
I speak. It's an excellent question there, good sir.
He's just wondering for no particular reason.
I speak Elvish and Common.
Ah, yeah. Unfortunately, the ink is there, but they are illegible to you.
Huh.
You might
Ooh.
want to bring that down to the kitchen where women speak many languages.
Ooh.
I
Mhm.
also speak Sylvan
Gossip.
and Thieves'
You
Cant.
know. Sarcasm.
The thieves can.
What if I cast tongues?
I can read every language.
Oh,
But fucking around.
well then. Well then.
While we're moving down, could I do like a history check to see if I recognize the signet?
By moving down, you mean moving up? Because that's where Morty's going.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I would like to investigate the attic real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll a history check.
It's too high for him to reach.
Me?
No, me.
Oh,
Also, Morty, tongues would not let you read the languages.
yeah.
That
It
just
only
lets
lets
you.
you. I know. I read it.
You understand and speak them all.
You know, it's for hearing, not reading.
I rolled a 10 on my history check.
Oh, yeah, and you don't know what the fuck this is. It's a
Cool.
nice ring though. It's made of gold. It has like a ruby, like the gem and stuff that is the signet is straight up made of rubies. This is a nice ass ring.
Cool.
Elena, I feel like we should open up another bottle of wine. They're taking a while.
No, I'm trying to figure out if I want a pseudo dragon or a sprite.
Summer,
That's a hard dragon.
the summer body is.
That's a hard decision.
Yeah.
However,
As long as
I
it
think-
doesn't look like a bird, you should be okay.
I'm ready for winter. I
Around,
was
Jester.
ready for winter in the spring,
You guys go
so
upstairs to the attic, and it's like one big room,
good to
a
go.
massive room. But the attic only actually takes up like most of the house area. But there's definitely like parts where it ends, and it looks like there should be more there, and there isn't. Potentially meaning that there's like hidden doorways in the attic or like alternate entrances to other parts. But this is definitely the main room. This is most of it. And this seems like a kind of a history area, I'll say. Like this is old and dusty. Potentially hasn't been entered in a while. And there's just rows and rows of like bookshelves lining the walls. There's on one of the walls there's a huge map of the continent.
Interesting.
There's also just like a nice throw rug that's made of some fur that you don't recognize.
Can I investigate the other rooms that are up there?
Like trying to see if there are other rooms.
Yeah, didn't you say there were other doors leading to other parts of the house?
No, I said there's the attic ends at spots where it looks like there should be more, but there isn't. And it could mean that there's like hidden doorways somewhere or like alternate entrances across the house to get up to different parts of the attic.
Oh, gotcha. I guess I'll just investigate the bookshelves.
Do you need me?
We'll see. We'll see how this investigation roll goes. Nat fucking 20.
Boom shakalaka.
These shelves are full of like old history books. How old is Imric again?
32? 32.
Cool. The newest history book that you find on this shelf was probably written when your like grandfather was just starting out. Like when your grandfather became an adult. These are like old history books.
Okay,
And
what if
they're-
I
Hmm?
what if I bring old elf guy, protector of the princess up here?
Eldorado.
Yeah, Eldorado. That's
Poor Eldorado.
Dodge Durango? What?
Eladrill. Eladrill.
Yes. He kind of just fucked off somewhere.
Hey,
He's in the building somewhere.
So there's really nothing to glean then, I'm guessing, from the attic.
There's a lot of old history that could be important if you had the time to like read through all these books. The map bears some interest as it shows the map is old and very outdated. Like it shows the empire's borders when it was much smaller than it is.
I grab the map. Do I see like a poster holder anywhere?
Like a
Like
tube?
like tubes next to the
Oh.
map? You know, like a cartographer's office? Or are there
No.
no tubes? If not, I will carefully roll up the map. and
There's
take
some
it with
like
me.
the closer we got to like a cartographer's tube is there's like an old leather book bag. And, it's mostly empty. There's a few spiders in it.
Yeah, but I don't feel like that's
There's also
Is it
a
big enough
leather-bound
to-
journal.
oh.
Yeah, it's big enough to hold the map. The map's not like super duper large, and when you
Gotcha.
roll it up, it fits pretty decent.
I'll put it in there and then also take the journal. Does the journal say anything important?
Also in a language that you don't understand.
Gosh, okay. I open it, flip through it.
There are
just
some like
realize
really
that I
cool
can't-
diagrams in it though.
can't
They
read
also make no sense, but them making no sense seems less like a language barrier and more like a
You don't.
not
Like
not
an
really
arcana
your more like an artificy barrier.
Oh,
This
interesting. Okay.
it seems more like less magical designs and more like actual designs.
So I'll take this and the letters and the map, and I'll just ask myself, like, I wonder if, anyone else can read this. I'm
You
guessing
can-
there's nothing.
You can make an insight check to try to figure out what language it is if you want.
Um,
Is there any rooms that we could be looking at that are like
another
connected to the
two.
kitchen, or is it just kind of like
There's like
all?
there's like a servant's dining room connected, a wine closet connected. The backyard is connected to the kitchen.
The +6 to insight. Total. Sorry, it was a
So-
6 to insight.
Oh, yeah, you have no fucking idea what this language is.
Yeah. So
There are all sorts of rooms near the near the kitchen that have some interest.
Yeah, I'll
So,
just start making my way back to everybody then.
the first floor has there's a bunch of areas on the first floor you guys haven't explored yet, but the second floor didn't bear a whole lot of goodies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it did bear the attic, which is cool, and it bared some letters that might come in handy.
Right.
But the hunt for the armory is still on.
Yes. Yes. As I make my way back down, is everyone still in the kitchen?
I know Alicia is. I don't know if
I've made
Sarah
my
is.
I've made my way.
I'm assuming Elena is because she's casting a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Sorith is fucked off somewhere, and
Per usual.
Eladril's also fucked off somewhere.
Are they fucking up
Have
together?
Have they fucked off together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have fucked off in
Or
different
back
directions.
mansion.
Who knows?
Doing their own little investigations, I'm sure.
Indeed.
Um,
On your way down, like both of you feel like you almost saw him. Like both Tulip and Morty, or both Tulip and Morty on their way down to the kitchen had like the inkling of, yo, was that Sorith? And then when they tried to look for him, he was just gone.
Dope rogue shit.
interesting.
I like it. I like what you're doing, Sorth. Don't try to kill us.
Make it all snang.
Oh yeah. So are there like repercussions to me breaking his curse?
Who knows? Other than me.
Seem like it.
Currently, the only logical repercussion that you can think of at the moment would be that the queen definitely knows it happened.
Oh yeah.
If she's still alive.
No, she definitely was, because his geish was still active. So, as far as... She won't know who did it, probably. But she for sure knows that he's no longer under her control. Other than that, the further consequences will have to come later.
I guess once I'm done eating, I'm just gonna start searching the rooms downstairs.
Yeah, you guys kind of meet up for an hour, have a nice meal. And
Well, I want to
Nasara...
wait till Elena is done with her.
Yeah. Elena gets a
Pseudo dragon.
friend.
What?
Hi,
Just flies
friend.
in.
A
All of a
pseudo
sudden,
dragon?
like a little fucking
This
baby
little,
dragon just flies in the kitchen window.
this little fucking pseudo dragon just hanging out. I love the pseudo dragons. That's
I'm like,
always
oh shit.
that's always my go-to choice.
I look over
Without
at Elena
fail.
and like do a double take to the dragon and just be like, has
Fuck?
that been there the whole time?
No,
Anyway,
I
Can you
couldn't
read
find.
these?
The correct answer is just yes.
Yeah.
Has that been there the whole time? Yeah. Oh.
Knowing that you just pull magical cookies out of your bag, I just don't question it. She's like, yeah, magic. You know?
See, while you're casting your Find Familiar, after you
Mhm.
finish, Alicia like jumps up for joy and like summons her own. Like she's already got the spell cast.
Aw.
Hers just like shows
Aw.
up, and it's a little it's a little sprite, it's a little friend.
Just a
Nice.
little bud.
It's just a little guy.
Hey, little bud.
I picture their familiars start like playing, like play fighting.
Can I have a play date with your familiar?
As long as your sprite is nice to. I'm trying to figure out how to say their name. Give me a minute. I'm phoning a friend to make sure I'm saying it correctly.
Cool. But after your quick reprieve, guys can kind of take a little bit of a short rest real quick. So you can anything that you've expended that
That's
you
just
like health.
How much health do you heal on a short rest? It's like one of your hit dice, right?
You
Can
spend
roll as many as you want.
You can
Oh.
spend as many hit dice as you want, but
will
once they're
spend-
spent, they don't restore until you take a long rest.
Cool. I will spend 2.
And it's your hit dice plus your con, obviously.
Nice. I got 10. I got 13.
There you go, baby.
Which brings me back. Gives me 1 hit point under max.
It really
do you
do be
get
like
any
that.
spell slots back?
Not usually, unless you have
Okay.
unless you're a warlock.
Because I am
Wait.
running low, baby.
Would I? Hold on. Sure.
Cool.
I got nothing.
So my
Any
question
long
would be, can I trance in a short? Is it
No.
what's a short, like how long is a short rest?
Unfortunately,
1 hour.
hours.
with the
Oh.
elven trance thing doesn't mean that you can get to take long rests for a short rest. That's no. It just means you have to spend less time doing what normally will be sleeping, so you get more time to do light activity. But your short rest still has to be an 8-hour period.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You just only have to spend 4 of them sleeping, and then can spend like the other 4 doing.
Well, I
Whatever you
don't
want.
sleep actually. I meditate.
Yeah. So you only
Blah,
spend
blah, blah.
you spend half
so
the time doing that kind of thing.
Roll out my yoga mat.
So
Just vibe.
what's the
Do a
Dargon's
downward
name?
dog.
Elena.
What?
What's your Dargon's name?
Smock.
Smock?
Smock.
Smog?
Smock?
Schmuck? Name Schmuck?
SMO.
Smock.
Oh,
Schmuck.
smock. Like
Schmuck.
I like that. I like
Okay.
it.
Sorry, I had to literally phone a friend who sent me a
Thing
I
with
forget.
stuff? Yeah, it's cool.
Polish pronunciation. Sorry.
What's it mean?
Dragon. Little snake. It means serpent.
I like it. I dig it.
But it's cute. She's a girl.
It's
And-
also
What
sounds like
color
smoke
is
without
she?
the E, which is also very fitting for a dragon.
What
I've
color is
not
she?
gotten this deep. I just picked her out. Hold on.
I want deets. I want deets.
You're gonna get deets.
Yeah.
She look
While
like
I'm waiting on
this?
deets, I want to find the armory.
Don't we all? I was gonna send Smock to look for it.
Does she kind of look like Trogdor?
Trogdor was a man.
Maybe it was a dragon man.
Actually,
Maybe it was just a dragon.
No, but Trogdor is her cousin.
Burninating the countryside.
Anyway, Elena, can you read these? And I hand her the stack of letters in the journal.
All of them transcribed.
All of them.
now.
When you have
And-
the time, you don't have to read them all now, but I
Okay.
can't. It's in a language I don't know.
Okay, so
if it's gnomish, I can help.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's
I can. Are they written?
Yes.
Okay, I can read all writing.
What is that? Eyes of the Tome Keeper or something like that?
Yeah, Rune Keeper, but yeah.
Get it right, Jester.
He. Just being clear.
No, that wasn't on you. I was giving Jester shit.
That you're putting
Yeah.
words in my mouth, and I would never speak to Jester that way.
No, I would. And
That's on you.
You see,
On you and Patch's future.
Tulip would speak to me that way because he doesn't understand how to use the Discord app yet.
Yeah.
gotta sneak it in every time.
Just, you know,
It's only funny if you do.
One subtle reference to section, or else
Yeah, every single episode.
that's
we're
Doesn't-
gonna be. Yeah. He
Not a
said the thing.
sponsor.
He said the thing.
Discord app is not a sponsor, fuckers.
You know they should be. Like, let's be real.
At this point, Jesus.
it is one day, and then we can just drop the joke and go right into a sponsored ad.
Speaking of the Discord app, have you downloaded?
Have you
Wait,
guys
there's a
downloaded
Discord app? Oh, shit.
I want you to smash that Discord link and download the app right now. Don't be a tulip.
Rub-a-bub-a-beer.
Wah, 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 wah.
Don't be a patch of tulips.
Anyway, exploring the house,
I see what
exploring
you
the
did there.
first floor, exploring the sprawling, lovely first floor.
Armory.
Hi.
Is there an armory?
Probably.
Jackal?
That
What do we?
Jackal. It's a jackal?
What do I need to roll to find
it
this
wasn't a
armory?
jackal the first time.
I just give
Guys.
Tulip the help action for any investigation checks, really, honestly.
Y'all can kind of just like explore, I guess.
I'm
yeah, I'm exploring.
exploring.
You guys kind of go from room to room.
I'm
I
looking
got
for
a
glowy arrows or a glowy bow because I want it.
I got a
need to
15 on
do
my
more damage.
investigation.
You got what?
A 15.
Oh, good. You guys keep going, keep exploring. Eventually come across like some cool rooms. There's like another storeroom. This one's full of like. It's not really full of food or anything, but it's full of like papyrus and just generally helpful stuff like a bunch of ink and just like stuff that is kind of expensive and also kind of helpful most of the time. It's mostly for those of you that are using using a component pouch. You can kind of just
What? Okay.
what?
Say no more.
What?
I was paying attention now.
more.
What am I doing with my component pouch?
Those of you that are using a component pouch, this room basically will fill it up so that you can cast spells for like non-GP required things. So you just have all of the components you need for whatever you need.
I picked that. Did I pick that?
If you have an arcane focus, you just use the arcane focus.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I do. Never mind.
You'll continue.
Yes.
In another room, you find this is kind of a bigger room. It looks like there's a bunch of beds lining it. It looks like a guard's like sleeping area. It's like 8 to 10 beds just hanging out.
Oh shit.
They're all neatly made. And in the back corner, there's like there's a little doorway that opens up to a staircase that goes down to the basement.
There was a
Still
foolish
no guards
noise.
though.
Okay, let's.
You know, wait.
Investigate.
All right, everybody. I think we should get together and not be separated if we're going to go down to the basement.
Why is
I'll
the
hold-
basement
I'll hold
always
your hand,
creepier than the
Patch.
attic?
'Cause
Question.
You don't fuck with the basement. What's up?
Can we? Does anybody have something for checking for spells? Oops.
Like detect magic.
Yeah, Tulip has.
Yeah, is that
detect
what it's
magic.
called?
I'm able to use it once per day.
Can you cast checking for spells?
I'd like to cast check for spells for free. Thank you.
I can only do it once per day, and I used it earlier.
Okay, and did we just do a short rest while I was looking up stuff
Yeah, we
about
did a-
small?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Short rest, yes.
Okay, I don't think that did anything for me. But
I mean, if
okay.
you use spell slots, it restored the spell slot.
And a
because
short
you're-
rest?
You're a
For
warlock.
warlocks, yes.
Is that a thing?
I'm with you, Scriplin. This
Warlocks
this
only
is
get they only
this is a
get the
little
2.
fucky, bud.
They
little
gotta
fucky.
be able to get that shit back.
I've only been getting them back at long rest because I didn't realize that was a thing.
And for instance, it also just hasn't come up because you haven't had very many combats in between long rests.
Fair point.
Now, are you guys gathering up as a group to descend?
Hey.
And are you guys going to try to find Eladril and Sorith first, or just the homies you got?
Wasn't Eladril drinking cookies and
Nope, that's
No, that was
Alicia.
Alicia.
eating wine with?
Alyssa was doing that.
It was a girl gossip time, all right.
Well, number
Yeah,
one,
I'm
I think we
trying to-
need to find old dude to protect, because I don't feel good about taking her down in the basement with us.
Come on, it's just a rich dude's
Well,
basement.
here's
What
an
could
idea.
possibly be down there?
Here's an idea. I bet Eladril isn't usually that far from Alicia, so we can just ask her to get him.
We could just tell her to come with us, and I guarantee you that would force him to come with us. because he's not gonna let her go with us on her own, or vice versa.
She's already gun ho to go to the basement. This is an adventure, and it sounds like fun.
Yes, Queen.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop her.
She's
How
also
you-
drank
how
a
do
little
you
bit.
Tell the future queen no.
You don't.
You say no.
You say no. Yeah, you're right.
And the question is, how do you get her to listen to that no?
What that
Yeah,
wasn't
exactly.
the original
You
question.
That's the new question. But yeah, she's gun ho to go to the basement. She is
Well, I
ready to
feel like-
go.
You know, watching her survive that combat that we were just in, I feel like she's capable of
Watching her
handling herself.
homie got deaded.
I mean, and she's still gung ho for adventure. That's the
Yeah.
point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
The
She's
secret here
not-
is it's not the first time she's died.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just died and are still happy-go-lucky, ready for adventure, that means you've dealt with some shit in your life.
Like being a prisoner for the last like 30 years.
So,
Wait, she's been a prisoner for 30 years?
You literally
Yeah.
saved her from a prison cart. I mean, they were noble prisoners, so they were treated a little bit better, but they were still held captive by the Empire.
Okay, I thought she was a child.
she's an elvish child.
Gotcha.
She's an adult, like maturity wise, or not maturity wise. Physically, adults or elves reach like physical maturity at the same age as humans.
Scriptlet, I swear to God.
It's like 18, they're technically fully grown. However, like maturity wise, they're not considered
And
adults
then,
until they reach 100.
Take the blanket, squeeze them out, and drink the piss.
Correct.
So like
Um,
she's technically an adult, but like also still very much a teenager.
Yeah, I have a feeling if she comes with us, her bodyguard, is it her dad? I forget, or just
It-
her.
He hasn't said what the relation is.
Okay. I have a feeling though he's not far behind if we take her into the basement with us,
Into the abyss.
into the abyss.
All right.
I
can-
know
I
I think have a cantrip that can help here. Is it pitch black?
It's pretty dark, but there's like spots for torches. There just aren't any torches there.
I light my torch.
Is
I'd
there
have one?
any candles at all anywhere in the room?
Before we light this bitch up, can I try to sneak down to see if there's anybody down there before we let them know that we're coming?
Sure. I do have a question for you though.
Yes.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
I don't. I'm the only one that doesn't have it.
Actually, no. Harangon do not have dark vision.
Oh.
Excellent. So you can sneak down there fairly easily. You'll just have disadvantage on your perception check.
Okay.
And you can roll stealth if you'd like.
All right, my hood is up, so I get
Can I just follow him?
thank God, because it was a natural one. So 19 plus.
You're fading out.
Yeah, his mic isn't facing his face.
Shut up. So stealth, I got a 29.
Excellent. You are stealthy.
Okay.
Sure.
Now disadvantage on the perception. Right.
Indeed. Indeed.
That is a natural 7. So perception, that's an 11.
Excellent. You don't see
Actually,
anyone
no,
like,
I'm sorry. It's disadvantage. So it's only a 6.
Oh, damn. It's clear. Like it's good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like we're safe. There is absolutely nothing that could be wrong down here.
It was at this moment he realized he fucked. Oh no,
Oh, Jester.
Jester.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
What
no.
happened? I missed
Oh, there we
something.
go. Okay, we're back. We're okay. We're okay. All right, guys, it's
My
safe. Come
camera
on down.
anxiety.
I yell up the stairs and say, "It's safe. Come on down, guys."
And it ate shit for a second for some reason.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I'll
don't
bet.
want to do that. Drinking piss is fine, but eating shit.
You
It's
know,
gross.
my internet just jumped off the fucking deep end for a second, and only for a second. It was like yeah, it was wild. That was unpleasant.
We can say when.
So yeah, everything's fine as far as you can see.
So you go to yell up the stairs, like, "Hey, everyone, come down. It's fine." But I'm actually like standing right behind you.
I yell into your ear.
Is that really a cantrip? Holy shit.
Yeah,
What,
it is.
light? That's a great cantrip.
No, Toll of the Dead.
No, yeah,
Sorry.
it's very solid.
Yes.
And then I go, "Ow, Patch, my pseudo dragon is ginger."
It's red,
Ginger color.
so orangish.
Reddish,
Orangish-
brownish, orange.
Brown.
Auburn, if you will.
No, ginger, I would. And then
Soulless, got it.
Talking like a
And-
ginger cookie, right?
And
in
it has
color,
freckles.
and then she like has chameleon like skills, so when she's touching my skin, she turns between like a wine and a burgundy color.
Well, listen, if you're ginger,
Okay,
you're
see,
ghostly white, and that's it.
But I wasn't listening to you. I was thinking about happy things.
Ow.
I'll drink to that.
Okay, well, cool.
Everything's going to be totally fine. We're going to trust the rabbit that can't see in the dark that everything is okay.
Okay, so what do I see? Because I'm standing right next to Patch.
I mean, it's a nice room.
I
It's-
get dark
it's-
vision.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a good room.
Good.
What'd you roll?
It is
I
true
don't-
and good.
Something
She
really
does-
awesome.
She doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, everything is a-okay. There was
Wait, am I
nothing
adding
that-
perception to it? Sorry.
yes.
A 9.
Nothing could possibly be wrong in this perfectly okay room.
Guys, we're
Can
fine.
I,
Come
like-
on down.
Can I roll perception at all?
Why don't you just light the fucking torches? Just
That's
come
what-
downstairs.
That's what I
Hold
said
on.
I was gonna do.
I still have my dark vision.
I hope you roll
Why-
better than I did.
Natural
Why
one.
use dark
bitch.
vision when you can just
Light the
the torch?
torch.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter since the rabbit over here is like, hey, you guys.
Yes, I've turned into sloth.
Guys.
Baby Ruth? Ruth?
Don't worry, guys, it's safe.
I don't trust this rabbit.
Yeah, as Tulip yells it's safe, and you know, Elena's a little distracted by someone screaming in her ear.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of a creaking noise as you guys come down that comes from the opposite direction of the stairs that you would expect to be creaking. But like, it's all fine though. Everything's good.
Does my lit torch reveal anything?
Oh, they're standing like on the edge of this big red circle. That's like an intricately drawn little thing.
Oh, is this a teleportation circle?
Oh no.
Oh, is this an I'm gonna die circle?
Oh yes. This
Cool.
this looks like one of those like dark magic ritual circles.
So what I'm gonna do is reach into my bag and pull out a cookie and try to give it to the circle.
Wait, is somebody standing in the circle or no?
You're all
Yes.
standing at, like the edge of the circle. But there's some bones in the center of the circle though. Like it's cool though. The bones are fine. They're dead. They're not gonna hurt anybody.
Okay, I start lighting any candles and torches, not the candles on the ground, that I see in the room that are not specifically the candles on the ground, which will stay unlit. Because I'm not
Are
about
you-
to fuck with that.
Are you just gonna toss the cookie into the middle of the circle? Or are you gonna walk
Sure.
over to it and like put it there in the bones?
I was really planning to just kind of use it to try to smudge the edge of the circle.
Oh, excellent. It is. The cookie's not gonna smudge like the very, very dried red substance that this is made of.
Well, That's a blood circle. I wasted a cookie. Disappointment.
Pain. There's also several branching hallways,
Your patron god is furious at you right now.
and there's even some like very handy signs above the 3 doorways.
Nice.
Or well, not
Yeah.
above the 3 doorways, but like there's a little sign that like points to each door or each direction and tells you what's down there. And
Very
you know, since you
thoughtful.
can read any language, does it let you read any language, but does it tell you what the
It
language
says-
is?
It just says I can read all writing.
Cool. So if you want to try to figure out what language it is, I'll let you roll like an insight or something. But if not, it
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Okay. Sure, let's find the language. That seems helpful.
Is it probably like a base of
I
words
rolled
right now?
better. I rolled a 19.
The language is for sure Draconic.
Cool.
You say draconic?
Yep.
Okay, good, because I don't know what other word I thought you said.
Demonic.
No,
But-
it was like verconic or something, is what I heard.
Oh yeah, it's a local dialect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard gin and
It's
tonic.
Ermagonic.
But to the left, there's this nice little sign that's like the armament area. And to the
Weren't
right,
one of you guys looking for an armory?
I
Okay.
I mean, I could use.
I mean,
something.
all of us were.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I didn't care. What do
Yeah.
I see to the right?
to the right, there's a little area that's called like the historical significance chamber.
No weird word. And to the center?
Well,
The
you
hell of
know,
a
the
sign.
language is the words don't translate from the language perfectly to common.
mean, I figured.
Historical significance center.
And then the one that's straight ahead is it just says dungeon.
Hey, the armory's straight ahead.
Okay, let's definitely
Insight
check
check.
the armory first.
She's like snickering.
Armory straight ahead, guys. Don't worry.
It can,
Teach you to keep making fun of me.
I got a 22 on my insight.
If you'd like, you can roll deception, or you can just say that's good enough, whichever you prefer.
I just want to roll it now. I rolled a 24.
Wow.
No.
I go straight ahead.
And then I
think
go,
all of us
okay,
believe her.
Patch, it's to your left. Don't you read Draconic? Come on.
I do not.
Patch can read.
hell no. He can't even see.
I can speak 3 different languages, but it doesn't say anything about reading.
Well, I mean, thieves can't start. That's a vaguely
Oh,
spoken
that-
language,
that-
but it's
yeah,
also
that's a lot
very
of
much a written language.
That's true.
It's a lot
That's
of
true.
hand signs and
Yeah,
subtly placed
symbols.
markings on buildings and whatnot.
symbols and shit.
Yeah.
But
Like that's definitely a read language, but also isn't like a coherently read language.
so
Any person can learn that eventually.
And Emmerich,
Yes.
it might be of interest to you later, but over there is the historical significance center, and I think that's like the welcome center where you can get like little passes that show you maps of the area.
the historical center.
Oh, I love little maps.
Yeah.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
So, which direction are we going today?
Let's go to the
Please?
armory first.
Armory.
The what? The armory.
Armory first.
Well, okay, technically it's the armament, but I think that means armory.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Armor
What?
rent. We're renting the armor that we want
What
returned.
did I call it? The armament center?
Yeah. Well, you didn't say center, but yeah, the armament.
Wait, is this like? Are these clear rooms behind these walls, or do we not? Can we not see that? Are we about to be teleported into like a massive place or something? Or
No, it's just a hallway.
oh, it's just a hallway. Okay.
I rolled a 20 for my investigation for this armament armor area. Thank you.
I'm gonna put that on hold for a minute. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we have to like get there safely first.
No, I'm just gonna describe the area before y'all start trying to find what you want in there.
Just start tossing the room.
Right. You guys go down the armament hallway, and it's kind of lined with these nice decorations along. There's some nice arts of like battles and whatnot, and there's the occasional like stand of armor with like a fancy shield, that you often see in like movies and whatnot of a castle. And once you reach like the large armory area, the first thing you notice is like a very pungent smell of like rot.
Mm.
And the second thing that you see is the place is fucking loaded. Like there is all sorts of very cool armors and stuff. And weapons. And there's like chests that are all like clearly labeled about the kind of things you'd find them in, like weapon racks and chests of ammunition and things like that.
Interesting.
And there's like two doorways that branch off that are also both have signs in Draconic.
Oh,
The
wow.
the door on the left just says quartermaster's office, and the door on the right is unknown items location, or the unknown items distribution center.
So I think that door over there is the QM's place, and over there is the lost and found.
Do we find like a secret society's?
Is this the Dark
Something?
Brotherhood?
What is this? This is way too organized.
Well, it's
This is like-
draconic. You know how dragons are about their treasure. Isn't that right, Smoke?
Just an elaborate fucking dragon sword.
Okay. Just gives a little sneeze when smoke comes out.
Speaking.
So, in here, I can safely say, like, basically any basic common weapon or armor that you need and don't have, you can probably find here.
Like a brass brazier?
That's not a weapon or armor, but it can hurt.
I could use it as a weapon.
He's a master.
Like, if you guys need a long sword or a great sword or whatnot, that's hanging out here. Need like a heavy armors or like medium armors or light armors, that's also hanging out here.
Is there
would I be
any
able
little?
Go ahead.
Is there any little leather armor that I can put on Smoke?
No.
Is there any
Yeah.
studded leather armor down here?
Yes.
Is there any in my size?
Technically no, but you can get it tailored pretty easy.
Is there any?
Yoink some studded leather armor.
Or I guess. What's a
yeah.
good? These all have 14. Is there anything higher than chainmail when it comes to armor?
Yeah.
I can't find it.
I believe it's plate.
And splint.
Alright.
Can
Is
I roll
plate
it?
higher?
Splint
Yeah,
is
probably. What are we
17
rolling?
and plate is 18.
What are we rolling?
Can I roll and you just tell me what armor I don't realize I need and I don't have?
Are you even proficient in the armor?
No, I don't know.
Then probably not. I'm pretty sure you have like the mage armor thing, don't you?
I have light armor proficiency,
I mean,
and I'm wearing leather armor. I meant weapons too.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't feel like lumbering around in a gigantic thing of plate armor. I'll stick to my chainmail.
fair enough. I mean, you can find some studded leather if you want. Olena, that's light armor.
Okay.
It's still technically worse than mage armor, I think, but like doesn't cost you a spell slot, so it is what it is.
What's splint look like?
Do I have mage armor?
I don't know. I mean, there's an invocation that just lets you cast it at will. I just don't know if you took it.
Oh no, I don't have that.
Okay. So then, yeah, probably the splint or not splint, studded leather will probably be the best for you. It'll also
Okay.
need tailored for you a little bit, but
So I can't wear it right now.
not right away. But conveniently, they, looking at those ledgers and whatnot, did tell you about a nice, like a really good, solid clothing shop nearby.
Do you guys find some money or something? Because I'm still broke as fuck.
Silence. I say yeah, and I give Elena like 25 GP. I say yeah, we found a pouch of like 100 gold pieces, and they give you 25.
5 to Nassar. Don't say I never did anything for you.
But
You never
I
did
didn't hear-
anything for me.
What did,
And
what
I
did you
keep the
say?
25. I keep the
I
25.
already have
gold.
it. It's too late. It's already late. Too late. I already have it.
Alicia
Picking
is,
out-
I'm gonna watch where she puts it, and then I'm
See,
gonna
I
try to
could've
pick her pocket.
totally lied, but I can't. My character wouldn't just straight up be like,
Who's
"Oh yeah,
who's
here's 10
she?
GP."
Me?
Huh?
I
did
do I need
bump
like
splint armor though. I'll take the 1 AC bump for splint.
can I do a sleight of hand roll to make it not as clear where I put my shit?
go ahead.
There's nothing better than like a great axe in here. Nothing better than my current weapon.
I mean, nothing better than your like actually magic weapon. No, this is all full of mundane items.
So like the
But-
best thing I'm gonna get is the armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have my sleight of hand number. Should I just hold on to that for when he tries to steal my shit, or
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
use
suppose.
perception.
Guys, which one should I take from
yeah,
the
get
simple
fucked, nerd.
weapons?
What?
I only got an 8.
Yeah, get fucked. 15. Get your hands on my pockets.
I did not hear what you said, Butterball.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to figure out what simple weapon I want to take.
A big stick.
All right, I'll get it.
One nice big spicy stick. A
I
quarter
mean, I was
staff.
thinking about a quarterstaff, and then I was trying to see if I wanted to use something else.
I mean, you
It
got
also-
a you got a rod.
Yeah, you do have
Giggity.
the rod of the pack keeper. So like that's basically a quarter staff with extra steps.
Anything in D&D Beyond that's highlighted in green, what does that mean?
It's an uncommon magic item.
Oh.
Blue is rare. I think gold is legendary.
And purple is
So-
very rare.
So
Well, if
there
I'm not
wouldn't be
getting-
any mithril splint laying around here.
No. No. Would
So
you guys
should
like
I get a javelin or darts?
do not get darts. Darts are the worst weapon in the fucking game. Hands
Okay.
down. But
A
javelins are
spear?
nice.
Javelin.
Is-
Okay.
I mean javelins are just nice because you can throw them.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how much you'll actually need them, but it's always nice to just have them laying around. You never know when it'll come up.
Okay, I have a javelin. And what did you say? Studded leather?
Yeah.
Uh,
You can grab a couple of javelins. They're I think normally when you like purchase javelins, they're in like groups of 5.
Yeah.
okay.
Jester, is there any heavy crossbows?
For sure.
So I can snag a heavy crossbow then?
A heavy crossbow and a bundle of bolts.
How many bolts can I take?
A bundle of bolts.
The fuck's a bundle?
I'm gonna restock
When you
my
add it to your
arrows, too.
inventory, it should it should just I think it's 20.
I'm gonna restock my arrows as well.
That's fair. Would you guys like to go into the quartermaster's office or the what Elena has called the lost and found?
The lost and found seems pretty interesting.
Sure.
Check for
Guys-
traps.
All right, I'll check.
Lost and found.
You never know.
Who puts a trap on the lost and found?
Really
An
uptight,
evil person.
evil people that would be evil enough to create this magical business under their manor.
It's only a 13 on my investigation.
Yeah, the door's good. Like it's just a door.
Okay.
It's not even locked.
Hey, see? It's the lost and found. People can't find their shit if you trap it.
You're not
It
wrong,
also kind
Strickland.
of looks like there's just not even a doorknob on it.
All right, push it open.
Cool. It's a musty room. Again, looks like this area hasn't been used in a very, very long time. Like this is starting to look more like a former military outpost that's been repurposed sometimes, but not consistently over the years. And you go in there, and there's a lot of weapons and whatnot, and it's honestly shocking that everything you've found in this area has still been in pristine condition. The lost and found's a little bit less so. There's like dirty armors, and it's a lost and found.
Did anybody lose some mithril armor?
No.
I tried for you, Emmerich.
It's okay.
So someone did lose like a really cool poster though.
Is it of the Discord app?
Yeah.
Yo,
Crazy
Discord,
enough-
if you want to sponsor the campaign, hit us up.
Crazy enough, like when you look at the poster, it has this little animation that pops up that's like the spinning Discord app logo.
Ooh,
Like when it's loading.
Is it a release poster for the releasing of the Lusty Argonian?
Lusty Argonian maid
The Lusty
Who-
Argonian maid?
who uses the Discord app.
Who uses the Discord.
Anyway, moving on. There's also
What? You fuckers can find your own traps.
Hey, at least we can see in the dark.
Some of you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna investigate the room, and I'm not sharing anything with these fuckers.
I'm gonna walk right up behind Patch and go, "What you doing?
The 22.
Hey, Patch, what you doing?
Don't worry about it.
What'd you find?"
You found
Patch.
you found a lot of lost things, and Patch being the kind of person that Patch is, dug through the pockets of the stuff that they found like surreptitiously and like palmed 3 or 4 silver.
Did you find a fork?
Yes, you can find a fork.
No,
No,
but
I'm
I found
asking Patch if he found a fork.
Found a dingle hopper.
Yeah.
You can
Dingle
definitely find a
hopper.
fork if you want though. It's
don't
totally got like dried food on it though. Like it's not clean.
We're just in the kitchen.
Doppers?
We'll grab some forks out of the kitchen. It's okay.
I wasn't looking.
I mean, if you're asking for spoons, we'd be a little bit more worried, but you're just asking for a fork, so it's fine.
What is that? The superhero from Mystery Men that throws cutlery.
Yeah. I'm gonna go investigate the quartermaster's office.
Yeah, you are.
Sure.
Yeah, I am.
It's only slightly locked.
Oh man.
But the door is like old and rotten, so like you could kick that bitch open if
I'm
you really
not gonna.
wanted to.
I'm gonna just be like, "Hey, Patch, when you have a moment, can you unlock this door?"
Well.
Oh, have the turns have tabled.
Wait, what do we roll for lockpicking? I guess it's a thieves thing, right?
Yes,
Rolled a 16.
it opens, and as it kind of opens, you open it all the way, and the door literally falls off the hinges.
I have exorcised the demon.
Inside there's like
hits the ground and like a explosion of dust and spider webs.
as you open the door, the pungent smell becomes even more like rotten, and you just see
Oh, I
like
forgot about the smell.
you can. It's definitely a corpse that's like mostly rotten. That's still sitting up at the desk with a quill in their hand, like they were died working.
What the fuck?
And let this be a lesson. You should go home at 5.
That guy had no work-life balance.
Their clothes are kind of rotten. However, you can kind of make out an insignia. At least, Tulip, who paid attention to the insignia. It's the same one as on the ring, but you still don't recognize what it's from.
Interesting.
Can I get any kind of sense as to if this person was human, if they were a different species? Bud,
you like-
yes.
Since Elena and I have not seen this signet, I don't think yet.
Indeed.
Can we do what check would we do again for this?
To figure out what it is, it's a history check.
Okay. Well, here goes nothing. Let's go. I don't know shit. That is a 4.
Wait, am I
Yes,
looking at this ring?
This is a fancy ass signet, though. Like, this is a nice design. Someone worked hard on this shit.
Yikes.
Hey. Hey, I rolled things and stuff. How does the internet work?
It doesn't most of the time.
You just download the app and it works.
11.
What's your roll, Mud? Or not Mud, sorry, Morty.
I rolled 11.
I rolled another 2.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, it's a nice design. It's a good design.
Damn, that's purty.
Yeah, as far as all of you know, this is just a good design. It's a nicely designed thing.
Can I roll a Arcana check?
On what?
The ring.
Were you guys invested or looking at the ring or the insignia on the guy's shirt?
I don't
We're
know.
looking
what am
at
I
the
supposed to be
insignia on
looking
the
at?
shirt because we don't know that the
Oh.
ring exists yet. I don't think they haven't
The
told us about a
hypothesis.
ring.
Hey guys, look, that matches.
What do you have in your pockets?
Look, it matches.
Trinkets. I have more trinkets for Trinketville.
What
box
does
for my
this
treat.
hobbits have in its
The box
pockets?
for my trinkets.
So can I roll animal handling?
Why?
Oh, are we catching Patch again? I'll roll
I
it.
think so. Wait, so are you showing us your ring, Patch?
Yes, I did. And then can I roll a stealth check to see if I can stealthily figure out what this insignia is?
No.
Oh.
Can I roll Arcana on the ring?
Yes.
19.
It is not magical.
Aww.
It also does not. It does not really give off any magical energy. It's very, very much a mundane ring, made of pure gold with a ruby and the design's made of rubies. Like, it's an expensive ass ring, but it's non-magical in any way.
This ring fucks.
Whoever made the ring probably does too.
Yeah, they do.
Have we started investigating this room yet?
Not really.
Besides the insignia.
I'm trying
Others?
to figure out what check I need to do in order to kick this rabbit across the room.
I would
This-
like to give Patch the
Animal
help
handling.
action on investigation check while they do that.
Yo, Patch, you want to roll? I don't even. What is it?
are
A
you-
dexterity check to see if you take the hit or not.
What are you doing?
Kicking Patch across the room.
Kicking Patch across the room.
Oh, it's definitely a dex check.
I mean, if you're trying to hit them, you would go against their AC.
Roll an attack.
And and because you're trying to punt them, it would be an unarmed strike.
Roll a fucking attack.
Why are we punting Patch across the room?
Roll an attack.
No.
Fucking do it.
Just the stone cold roll an attack.
I'm gonna see if Patch is just sitting there, knowing he's about to be kicked, just
See, this
Do
is
it.
the origin story of how Patch joins the Empire and fucking kills Nasara.
Oh, Nasara's kicking patch or Elena's kicking patch?
Oh, Nasara. I'm not kicking anybody.
Roll
I
the
was just
fucking
trying
attack.
to figure out. So
Does
are
a
there any
15
words?
hit?
Do it, Ranger.
I said a 15. Does it hit?
No, it doesn't. No.
Patch's roguelike senses kick in and he pops his little butt out of the way.
Nasara goes for the quick kick and
My
Patch
hand
follows.
just starts glowing purple. and I slice down on Nasara.
Oh shit.
Are we committing violence?
Just 1 for 1.
All right, so roll attack.
That's a 15 plus 7, so that's a 22.
Jesus Christ. If this escalates beyond
It's only 6 damage. Are we good here?
So can I see if there's writing on the signet ring?
I didn't hear no bell. I thought this was a merc.
Yeah.
room.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Let that be a lesson to you. Now let me look around this room here, and you're helping.
Yes.
Go ahead and look at the ring, Elena.
I promise I am helping, not kicking.
What am I looking at it with?
It's
Apparently
a
my
21
butt.
on my investigation.
Hopefully your eyes.
I think I'm using my butt.
Unfortunately, there is no writing on the ring with that. That you can see at least.
So there's
You have you've
a
unfortunately
9.
there's no writing on the ring,
Okay.
and unfortunately you've contracted anal glaucoma. You have the you have the disease of being unable to see out your ass.
Yeah. Weird.
I got the anal glaucoma. I can't see my ass coming into work tomorrow.
We'll get you some suppository edibles. I've heard that helps with
I don't think those words should ever be in the same sentence. No.
I just look at my shin and there's a welt from where you hit me. I'm like, what motherfucker?
Stabbed you across the shit.
I mean, you went for a kick. You should be
I
glad
am-
he didn't cut the.
I am 4'1". That was at least a hip shot. Okay,
Gotta be glad he didn't go for the Achilles tendon.
right?
Who was trying to figure out what race this homie was?
It was me, and I rolled a 21 on my investigation.
Excellent.
You
You can't. He's too rutted away, or they're too rutted away to tell for like 100% sure what race they were. But it was definitely like very close to human, like either human or one of the races that are very human adjacent. It's like
Gotcha.
elvish or like halfling or things like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like you can pretty confidently rule out like dragonborns and orcs. But it's that could be a tiefling, suppose, but like little wisps of their hair remain, and it seems to be like kind of blondish.
I investigate the room.
Sure.
I'll give her the help action.
Hey, if I throw my die across the table, you said help action. That means
Mhm.
I can roll advantage.
Yes, ma'am.
Alternatively,
Okay, cool.
if Morty wanted to do something else, your dragon can also just give you the help action. That's something
that's
that your
right.
familiar can just do.
You
Okay.
can give it to me, I guess.
Well, I rolled a 20, dirty,
A filthy 20. Excellent.
filthy.
Dirty whore.
No, 20. It's a filthy 20. Gotta bring horse into this.
It's not a 4.
Dragon.
What?
Exploring the room a little bit. There's some like interesting little it's a bunch of old papers that have a lot of faded writing. And it's not so much like you can't read it because like the language you can't read, but it's more like it doesn't make any sense because stuff's been faded out so much that it's illegible.
Sure.
But like catching every few words. It's mostly notes about such and such war effort, uh, some arbitrary number. It if you had to guess, you think it's 10,000, but there's a few numbers like in the middle that are like missing.
10,000 people?
Some things.
10,000 somethings. Did Eladriel come down here?
Not that you've seen.
What if... Alicia, where's Eladriel?
He's I think he already like went down here.
Oh,
Do you think he already got
I-
the good stuff?
I don't think he went this way though. We would have seen him. He probably went for the dungeon.
You can read Draconic?
You read them out loud.
I never said it was the dungeon.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
I read most languages.
It's cool.
Noble education kinda is something like learn all of the languages you can so that you can negotiate and do diplomacy with as many different nations as you can.
That makes complete sense. I grew up next to a forest.
I grew up in a forest.
Yeah. No, so when I'm
Right?
looking at all of these war notes, does it look like the war from, that war that Eladriel would have gone hiding her from?
No.
Like older?
It looks older. Or it kind of looks older. You could see maybe it being that, but it doesn't necessarily make sense that the paper would decay so fast in like 50 years.
Was there something that happened 300 years ago?
You guys have heard like rumors of a war that's happened at some point, but like there seems to be some sort of magic that's definitively making it impossible to tell when the time period was. Where there was like a celestial war that happened some time ago, but the best anyone can give you is the answer of some time ago.
Do you have any connection with Eladriel so that we could get him over here? I'm still a little surprised he let you go this long.
I mean, he protects me, but if there's no immediate threat, he doesn't. It's much easier to protect someone if you scout out the entire area before the danger can come. I can message him real quick, but there's no guarantee that he'll come back right away.
Sure. I just want to see if he had any idea on what these documents were on about. See if they're useful.
The documents, though, 10,000 something, and then it proceeds to continue talking like normal quartermaster stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like he was quartermastering for a fairly large army that definitely hasn't had anything like that happen in your lifetime.
I mean, all 19 years. So,
Yeah. And seems to be on a higher scale than anything in Imric's lifetime. The closest description that you could have for these kind of numbers would be like this current war, but because it was a surprise war, there wasn't really so much preparation to be ready for that kind of planning.
right.
Could it be something that could be in my lifetime?
Hypothetically, but whatever happened, it didn't really seem to affect your forest at all. It's unclear when this happened. And moving on from the papers, there's also like he's got a little lockbox behind him. That's like I guess the best description you could call it is like a war chest.
Yo, rabbit.
What? No, I've got Eldritch Blast.
You gotta blow up the lockbox?
Just the lock.
It's an old ass box. Like it might just break if you kick it.
That's kind of, well, yeah. She's just gonna like.
I
Yeah,
like
really
kicking
good.
things.
You don't do a very good job at it.
That was a real laugh at Nasara.
See it looks like one of those chests that the quartermaster would have that has like soldiers' pay that they would get delivered. So like, could be helpful.
I'm hitting the box trying to knock the lock off it.
Not if you kind of kick it a little bit and the lock doesn't pop off. Like surprisingly, the lock is sturdy enough, but the clasp or what's the latch on the box just comes off. The lock's good quality. The box's like metal bit that holds it closed is maybe not. Kind of decayed a little bit. And it kind of just pops open and you're able to open it up. And inside there is it's not coins like you were expecting. It's full of like a bunch of bills, basically.
Bills. Are they Illyrium?
What?
Isn't that the money after gold?
That's the money after gold is platinum.
Isn't that the money after platinum?
There is not, no.
Many campaigns don't use Illyrium.
I don't know. We haven't seen bills before. I thought everything was coin.
Usually they are.
Electrum, which is
That's between silver and gold.
between silver and gold. Yeah.
However,
Cost the bill to your witcher.
these aren't money that you can think of any shop that would take. Like, it looks like maybe it could be money, but like it's definitely not money for your period.
Is it Monopoly money
It might as well be.
or Canadian dollars?
And
Loons.
I wouldn't stoop that low.
Yes, the moose and
Wow.
pies.
The sticky maple syrup bills.
Okay, so we'll take the bills because maybe there's a collector who might want them and pay good money for them.
Or a strip club.
The man just said they're not spendable.
At any shops
The
that
strippers
you know
might
of,
not know that.
bro, they're used. Everything is coins. What's the bills gonna do? You're just throwing paper at
hurt
people.
less.
Yeah, we go into brothels and make it hail.
Make my
Right.
bitches.
I'm okay. Not interested.
But the key bit is, it's not spendable in any shops that you know of.
Well, maybe I can get my stuff tailored with it.
Who knows?
Maybe
That's
it's
a
a
cracked
currency like in John Wick.
Fucking.
I haven't watched that.
I also haven't actually watched that movie.
Me either.
Actually, a really good movie.
I know a lot about it and I've seen a lot of clips, but I've never actually seen the movie because it's not on any streaming service that I own.
First one, first two are really good. Third one is, just another action movie.
I mean,
I was
that's
told I
normally how it
wouldn't be
goes
able
with.
to handle it.
It is. I've been told it's pretty gory.
Yes.
Lots of blood. I think I watched a clip where John Wick throws like 7 knives into somebody. That was enjoyable.
Can I get a shield?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose in the main room there's plenty of shields just lying around.
Oh,
Is there a little shield I can give to Smoke?
No.
Is there bracers?
I mean, that's not like an actual armor piece in D&D, so like assumably, yeah.
They don't have bracers in 5th edition.
They have like magic items that are bracers, like the bracelets of archeries, but there's no like straight up piece of armor called bracers.
And they got rid of bracers.
They made it.
Fine, we're switching to 4E.
No.
No,
I would fucking never. 4th edition's like the worst edition.
Oh, they turned it into a rare magical item called Bracers of Defense.
There's also just bracers of archeries and bracers
You have to
of
be
this.
wearing no armor. Ew.
Naked.
Naked.
Anyway,
Hypothetically, you could use those with like mage armor.
Is there anything else to investigate in here though, or have we pretty much?
Not in this area. And you could, I mean, are you guys stealing the ledgers?
Yes, did Eladril show up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I feel
no.
like we should just go investigate the dungeon.
She did get a response from him that was basically just the equivalent of I'm busy.
Dick.
Sounds fishy.
Elena looks a little sad and says, "All right, do you want to go see what's in the straight room?" It's a straight dungeon.
I mean, the dungeon sounds, cool and all, and I enjoy dungeons as much as the next person that's been in them. But I would really rather go to the historical center. That sounds less awful.
Okay.
I guess do we want to go to the historical center first and then the dungeon?
Sounds like that's where we're going. That's where the future queen would like to go.
Okie dokie.
To the historical center gift shop.
Going to the historical center, it is not a welcoming center like it was described to be, potentially. It is very much giving off museum vibes.
Boring.
But, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in, like, fancy cases that looks like interesting just items, just, like, hanging out in fancy cases.
Are there any plaques
What?
on the cases that describe what's in them?
There's, not necessarily describing what's in them as, like, exactly what they are, but there are little blurbs about each item, like, who wielded it or who, what hero had this or whatnot. Inside there's a whole bunch of there's like rows and rows of little museum setups. There's some skeletons that are like on display that are like this is the preserved skeleton of the first king and queen of there is no direct translation to this into any languages that you comprehend. It's like even with being able to even
This
with the
fucking
eyes
guy.
of the even with the eyes of the rune keeper, it's hard to translate some of them because the language it's a written language, but it's such an archaic and old language.
Sure.
So it looks like a country name, but it's like impronounceable.
Okay, so Emmerich, call Celestia. I think this is her place.
Speaking of Celestia, or Celeste is the goddess that.
That's who I meant. Yes.
However, I think there was rumors that what Eladril told him. It's like that sounds pretty similar to like a goddess that once existed called Celestia. It sounds like
Okay.
a really bad made up, when a little kid's like, I'm going to make up a fake name.
It's like if you bought Celestia on Wish and
Yeah.
Celeste arrived.
Celeste.com.
I was thinking
But
kind of like the bracelets of power.
I mean, I could try to reach out to her. The
however,
odds are small that.
speaking of Celeste, there's an amulet on display.
Oh,
That's the inscription is the preserved artifact from the goddess Celeste.
oh shit!
Emmerich, it's your goddess.
And another case that kind of catches Nasara's eye a little bit. It's like this weird whistle. That's just the huntress's eagle call. And it's just a little whistle. It looks kind of mundane, but it seems to have a lot of like it seems to have a lot of protection around it and like locks on it for no good reason for it to be just like super mundane. So it seems like it's probably pretty cool.
We pick them.
Yeah.
And Patch finds a nice little ring that catches his eye, that catches his fancy. And it's they just call it a ring of night.
Oh.
And the little blurb is a ring that is said to have fallen from the finger of the night.
Does
Is
it
it in-
activate dark mode on the app?
God, I hate you.
But that was actually good.
See, you know what's it's easier on the eyes.
It's your
Hey,
facts.
The light were you about to say the light mode is easier in the eyes? Because that is
No,
false.
no.
That shit hurts.
You're a serial killer sociopath if you think light mode is better than dark mode
On like any
story.
app, period.
Like
on
literally.
anything.
No, dark mode on Word documents is dumb.
You know what? I will allow that.
I
That's
will
valid.
allow. I do agree with
It's
that.
the only thing that I'm just like, I don't know why you did this to my eyes. Stop doing that.
But like light mode on YouTube or Discord or hell even
No,
just Reddit?
no.
No.
No, I don't have it on any of those.
iPhone, you can be in dark mode all the time now, and it's like the best thing ever.
So are we able to get into these cases, or are they going to need some checks of some sort?
You could probably get into them with some struggle. And Elena finds something that kind of catches her eye. It's an empty case.
Cookie recipe? Oh, sorry, what?
She finds kind of like an empty case that's seems to be a storage area for the rod that you found earlier.
Oh, hey. Guys, I think this fits.
And it's the little inscription is just the staff of the
Actual size.
staff of the fallen magi.
Wait, staff of the
For
fallen.
the, excuse me? It's not the actual staff of the Magi, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh my god.
It's still a rod of the pack keeper, but it's a fallen magi. They are no longer of the magi. Something happened, but who knows what, or who even this magi is. They don't use very many like real names. There's also a in the center there appears to be like a gleaming set of armor that is. Patch has a practice eye at opening things up.
Yeah.
He's gotten really good at this. He has never seen anything that would be harder in his entire life to open.
The armor or the case?
The case protecting the armor. And you don't even need an Arcana check to feel the magic radiating from both the armor and the case. And it just says the last armor worn by the fallen king of the gods.
So, can anybody dispel the magic that's on the case?
I don't know.
You mean
kind of-
find spells?
I might know dispel. I don't think I do know dispel magic.
I could bestow a curse on you, Nasara. How's that sound?
Oh yes, Daddy.
I'm gonna try to get into the case and get the ring of night out.
Do you want me to use my mage hand?
Go ahead and try.
Ooh, I
What do I
have
need to roll to get
dispel
into this case?
magic.
Just like your sleight of hand or your thieves tool, whatever you use to pick a lock normally.
17.
I would have to prepare it, so we wouldn't be able to cast it now. But if we wanted to do a long rest, then I could prepare it. Then I
You
could
kinda get
dispel
the
magic on it.
A telltale click of it popping open,
Noise.
and you can get the ring of night.
That
And
was
I
easy.
will go ahead and just DM you real quick what that is.
Sexy.
Oh,
Did I
that's-
find my case in a case, or did I just find it on the floor?
Your case was like propped up near the whistle that Nassar is looking at. It's like it looks
A
like it belongs.
whistle?
It's just the eagle call.
Oh, that's
The
right.
Huntress's eagle call. But it looks like the case is opened and like someone popped it open to use it. assumably the prince.
Okay, so do I have it or do I need to get it?
You have it. You got the staff.
Okay. No, the case.
Oh, I mean, it's just a glass case like you'd find in a museum. It doesn't really move.
Glad I took the time to type it down.
Yeah, it's just it just gives you the quick little blurb about who it belongs to, kind of.
Got it.
So how do I get my whistle?
Yeah, I would like to ask Patch to open up my case if he wouldn't mind.
I'll go ahead and I'm gonna make Nasara wait.
If you'd like to,
And-
Nasara.
I was about to say I'm
Uh,
not getting my whistle because
If you'd like to, Nasara, there it is glass.
smash.
You could just break it.
I like to smash.
I'm gonna
It
try.
might be viewed as disrespectful to break history like that, but I don't really think Nasara cares.
No, I really don't. You know, we don't put things in nice boxes where I come from. You know, if we
You put
find
them
something
in-
we feel like we earned it, like we just take it. So, what do I need to roll? What would you like?
You can just go ahead and roll a strength if you'd like.
One.
Is the loneliest number.
It's a 6. Like 6 total.
My bad.
This
I
is
looked at it
triple
wrong.
pane glass. And,
It's you'd make a strength-based attack roll. So like you'd unarmed strike.
Oh.
So you are always proficient in your fists, so you can add your proficiency modifier to it.
Well, now that's better. A 21.
That'll hit, yeah. And then what's your strength modifier?
+2. Well, it's already. I rolled it in beyond, so it's already. So it's +2 strength plus my 3 proficiency bonus. So +5.
So 5 damage?
So
No, to hit. Like, how much is your strength modifier? Like, it's +2?
yeah.
So your unarmed strike just deals 3 damage to it, and you can see a bunch of cracks spiraling through it, but it does not quite break. It would probably take another hit.
Okay, we roll again.
And Tulip, if you'd like to help Emmerich open up his little case there, you just can roll your thieves' tools again.
A 17 to hit for another 3.
What did you roll, Tulip?
that's a natural one.
Oh,
No.
what's your plus to the lockpicking though?
+7, so it's an 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's still not enough. Because fortunately, natural ones don't just mean natural ones aren't automatic failures on skill checks.
Can I
But
can I
yeah, it's a little bit sad.
can I try again?
I mean, Emmer can help you this time.
Yeah, I'll do help. I'll give help action.
And Nasara, you shatter. You're distracted a little bit by the fact that Nasara just full punched a glass case open.
It's a 23 on the second roll.
Nice.
While everyone's distracted with the glass shattering around you, Patch gets serious for a second and just pops the thing open. Not so good working under pressure, but he saw his opportunity. Got that popped open.
Nice. Very nice.
And I suppose I'll send to the two of you what you got.
I got a
I've
thing.
I've already told Tulip what he got, and I've already told Helena what she got. So yeah, it's just the two
Big
of you.
fat lot of nothing.
Hey, you got the Rod of the Pact Keeper, which is like one of the best things for a warlock.
That's legitimately really good. One extra
Yeah.
spell slot.
Yeah, it's an extra spell slot and a +1 to all your saving throw or all your DCs, spell DCs.
I literally couldn't
and-
ask for anything more as a wizard or as a spellcaster.
Where did you go?
Forgot to read up on it and don't understand how it works.
It basically, so you know how you figured out your DCs for your like your spell save DC?
Uh-huh.
Just add a +1. So if your DC was 16, it's now 17. And if you're like Eldritch Blast, plus to hit was like a 6, or it was +6, now it's +7.
Okay.
It's basically a +1 weapon for you.
I'll have
That
to
also-
figure out how to add that into everything. Is that only if I'm holding it?
It's yeah. I don't know. I don't remember the specifics for it, but I know for at the very least for as long as you're attuned to it.
You regain 1 warlock spell slot as an action while holding the rod.
Yes. But the +1 to your attacks and DC, I believe, is the I believe that just is a thing that you have now.
Mhm.
It's while holding the rod.
Yeah, but you can hold it in your offhand.
Not if I just got a shield.
You're also not gonna be like wielding a weapon in your hand most of the time.
Cool.
What is the thing? There it is. I had to find the actual name of the item. And then for good old Morticia, we have
Morticia Jones. What is this?
Which book did Rod of the Pack Keeper come out of?
Is this
I don't fucking remember. Hold on.
this the item that I think it is?
Maybe. I don't know.
What is it?
Where can I find this item?
Oh, dude,
Not sure.
would you like me to send you the stat block?
Well, I didn't know if it was in D&D and Beyond or not.
It is, but I don't know if it's in like the base books. So I suppose it might not give it to you if you don't like own it.
It's yeah, I don't own it.
Yeah,
That
Oh,
no.
I
is-
need the I can look it up.
That's a little bit unfortunate for me, but it's fine. It's see, Nasara, you got a funny little thing. It's a silly, funny little thing.
I pulled it up in the wiki thing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hey, Butterball.
It's
I-
just a silly little thing.
Rod of the Pack Keepers in the Dungeon Master's Guide, so it should be available.
Or start suffocating.
Downstairs.
It's just a fun little thing, Mud.
What does it do?
Hold on.
It's just a fun little thing.
I missed something.
I sent Mud what his item does, and they found it funny.
I really need to know
Oh.
what it does.
It's
What-
beautiful.
What'd you get there, Morty?
I got an amulet of the devout +1. So I get a +1 to my attack spells and save DC, and I also get 1 extra use of channel divinity.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Yeah, I gave an amulet to my cleric on the other game.
1 extra use
Fucking
of channel
sexy.
divinity is
It's fucking sexy.
insanely good. Yeah, because you only get 1.
Now
Well,
you
for
have
now I only have 1.
2.
Now I have 2.
And Tulip got a funny. And Mud just got an absolute hilarious. Mud's too shell shocked to explain what it is, though.
Yeah, I really need to know what it does. He's
Yeah.
like
Hold
staring
on.
up.
Hold on. I'm doing this.
You're doing it right now?
Now, if you'll excuse me for just a second, I'm going to turn on the light in my bedroom because it got dark all of a sudden.
So how do I would
Weird.
add that to my stats then?
By
I
using a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I got a ring of evasion.
Alrighty, now my room is bright and I can see again.
I like presents.
Yes, it's lovely presents. It's the loot for killing the big bad, or the first boss.
Woohoo!
And now the only place that you really have to explore is the dungeon.
Elena's just gonna go take a nap.
Oh, there's also a second. I forgot to mention. There's a second case that has empty.
Somebody else
empty?
took that one.
However, this one looks like it was recently emptied.
So it was one of the two assholes that broke off from us.
And the little blurb for that one is just it just reads Blade of the Traitor.
I feel like Sorth took that one. That's troublesome.
You said you wanted him to help us. That wasn't you. Emmerich said he wanted him to help us.
I did want him to help us.
I
What
just
is
start
that?
flying around the room as I constantly play my whistle.
Is that
I can
only on my end?
hear the whistle.
Blow my whistle, baby.
The
Hey, no-
fuck is going
Israel,
on?
What's your
Is that-
con? What's your con modifier, Messiah?
Really, all it does?
It's only one.
Yeah, so for 6 whole rounds, you can literally just fly.
I
But you're
can
not
fly.
Oh my god, no! As he's blowing the whistle, he flies.
Yeah.
Yep. But if he stops blowing the whistle or like talks or anything, he just plummets.
Oh, that'll shut him up.
That's the most ridiculous item I've ever fucking. That's amazing.
I
What
love
did
it
Tulip
so much.
get?
I got a ring of
nice
evasion.
one.
So it has 3 charges for it, and if I fail a deck save, I can use my reaction to succeed.
Oh, that's wow.
Yep. You use a charge to just be like, I succeed instead. Thanks.
That's amazing.
And
God,
it-
oh my god.
It regains a D3 charges each dawn.
Shut that goddamn elf up.
Sorry, I've given you a great weapon.
Guys, and I'm looking at Butterball and Morty. If you want me to stab her, I will.
Bitch.
I just like how we're all just watching her go like.
The room's not very tall.
Yeah,
either.
yeah, she's just bouncing off the walls.
So
But you
she's-
know, it's tall enough to be out of the reach of a little fucking rabbit.
No.
No, because I have a
Looks
little
like,
thing called
Like
rabbit hop.
The ceiling is only like maybe 5 feet above your head
Mm-hmm.
for, I suppose, Nasara.
Very low clearance.
Like the pedestaled armor goes up to the ceiling. Like none of you could fit this armor if you wanted to. This looks like armor that you'd have to be like 8 or 9 feet tall to wear.
Oh wow.
He was a big boy.
The biggest of boys?
Well, like I said,
Oh.
if we want
The
to,
biggest.
I can come back and dispel magic on the cage, and then we can take the armor, maybe keep it, sell it, or something. But I have to do a long rest first because I don't have dispel magic prepared.
I have a question.
Go for it.
So
So this is the room of historical significance. Is it just items, or is there any lore to be read?
there's no real lore to be read down here. But you know where there is a bunch of lore to be read? The attic.
Yeah.
Where he found bookshelves and bookshelves of ancient history.
Did
That's-
anybody tell me about those? Because I was in
Yeah,
the kitchen finding smoke.
I relayed it to you, I'm sure, while we were all eating and hanging out. While we had that little
Okay.
short rest.
But I
Just
also like left physically at one point too. So if somebody could fill me in later.
Dope, dope, dope.
Right, and then to the dungeon.
To the gungeon.
To the dungeon. Oh my god.
As you're going
To the
down
dungeon, to the
going down
wall.
the hallway, it sounds like there's a clashing of like blades. But once you reach the end, you just see Eladril there and like basically a destroyed skeleton.
Oh.
Like it was a
And
reanimated.
somebody who's breathing.
Eladriel just turns to you guys. Well done for keeping the princess safe for now. Fortunately, I have cleared the area of enemies.
Are these all undead? You could have asked for my help. I could have just yeeted
Earned
them
them.
into.
It was easier to get this done quickly while you found the information you sought.
Okay, yeah. Don't ask the cleric to help fight undead. That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, Aladril, I found some stuff on an old ass war. Is this in your time?
I'm unsure if I should feel offended or if I
Just Loki called him old as fuck.
Respect your elders, like Jesus.
Did you just
What
say
is,
respect your elders?
Yeah, I said what I said. I'm not taking it back.
You're going to have to give me more information than that, man. I have lived through many wars in my lifetime.
One seemed
Humankind
to
is
have a battalion of 10,000 troops, maybe, or they had 10,000 fruits. I don't know, but it was
Most-
10,000 something.
most armies at least had, like in the older days, most armies had at least 10,000 troops in battalions. That was common.
Okay.
It's less common nowadays because mortal people have decided they need to keep fighting each other on and on and on.
Forever, ever?
So
No, until the break
but
of dawn.
now battalions are like 1,000 people maybe.
Okay.
But
See, you know more than me. You've been around longer than I have.
Stop calling
See.
him old, Jesus.
I'm 19.
10,000 troop battalions could have been any war that happened within the last century.
Oh. Nisara, why didn't you just say that?
Or any war that happened. I misspoke. Any war that happened about 100 years or prior.
Okay. I don't
I
remember what
was
else
just a
was
wee
in the,
lad.
what else
What?
was in those ledgers.
Mostly just like the stuff you'd expect from a quartermaster. It's a little
Okay.
hard to read, but like, oh, such and such food caravan got stopped at such and such place, or such and such caravan made it to destination.
Are there any interesting destinations?
There's a lot of cities that you don't recognize as being real.
You recognize any of these cities? Oh, very young elder.
Very young old person. He kind of furrows his brow for a second, looks deep in thought, like there's something on the tip of his tongue, and then he just shakes his head no.
Any for your thoughts?
I'm
Copper
afraid.
for your thoughts.
I'm afraid. It feels like they should be familiar, but I don't know what they are.
We think this could be related to the fall of the gods.
Given the room that you came across with the items and much of it talking about like the celestials and whatnot, or like divine beings or primordial beings in the case of the night, yeah, probably. There's a good chance of it.
I show him the map and ask him if he's familiar with this map.
I mean, that is the continent.
Yeah,
the
but
Welcome Center?
is there anything different? Does it look different to you?
I mean, the borders are very obviously different. The Empire is much smaller than it once was, or is
How
now.
long ago would you say this was?
Frankly, this could have taken place this could be made any time. Could be as short as like 60 years ago, or as old as 1,000 years ago. The Empire didn't really grow as big as it is now, until somewhat recently, where it began aggressively acquiring territory.
Interesting.
Now, the most telling factor would be the country of Dakith up here in this upper left hand corner. It's little. You can only just barely see the tip past this little island area. Here.
Just the tip.
He's going to point to like an archipelago up here, and then like the hint of like a peninsula you can see at the edge. That is does not appear on most maps nowadays that you would find. Some call it like the Forgotten Continent, or part of the Forgotten Continent. I am not familiar with it, but I do remember explorers going out to seek it. None of them returned.
Interesting.
So, I can't be sure whether or not Dakith is real, but it does mean that this is definitely a map that was made at least 300 years ago.
This place that we're in feels lost to time, like frozen in time. If that makes
Yes.
like
I've discovered that parts of it feels like its time has stopped. Other parts of it feels like time has accelerated rapidly. And in still others, it feels like we are just in normal time. It's a confusing house. I
Rather
not know.
strange.
I don't know enough about this place to really know how to describe it. Where did your other compatriot go?
I thought
Sword?
he was with you.
Thought he was with you. He does that. He's a little hard to keep an eye on.
He's a slither little snag.
Yes.
Be wary.
Did you?
He is be wary of him.
Yes. Once he's made an oath to someone, if he's willingly made it, he will follow it to the death. However, he will not necessarily follow it the way you want them to.
Well,
He's sworn an oath to protect the crown. That does not mean, like in my case, where I will stick by the queen, or the future queen, and protect her. His methods have always been much more direct. Instead of protecting them from threats, he's always been one to seek them out and eliminate them. So be wary.
nothing wrong with having a well-trained assassin on your side.
Yes.
Are we a threat to the future queen?
Not presently. Just
Okay.
pray that you never become so.
I
think-
mean,
I don't consider you a threat yet.
You?
Well,
I know-
that's good.
I know not what Sorth feels, but you did free him from his curse. I'd imagine that gives you aid from him.
I do hope one day he will see us as just trying to help. But
what
He's
do you
a hard
recommend we do next,
grab.
Eladril?
Well, I believe beyond this build, you all had things you wanted to do here, right? This was kind of a side track that I wasn't prepared for, but was fortuitous.
was fortuitous for me, at least.
I mean, awful fortuitous for me as well. I mean, we killed the we killed the bastard son of the queen. That feels like a win in my book.
Quick
Mine too.
question. Did you take the sword from the other room?
Which sword, dear? I haven't explored the other hallways.
Did you take
Can I
any
roll
sword?
insight? Let's make sure he's not lying to us.
Yeah, I want to do insight.
And I want to say, did you take any sword? It doesn't matter which sword.
I'm awful fond of my current sword.
You got a 12.
I got a 17.
I got a 3.
He's
So-
a very honest man. Looking to Elena though, I'm awful fond of my current sword. I wouldn't really trade it for anything.
We
So-
think Sorith may have taken a sword.
It's the sword called Sword of the. What was it called? Sword of the
It
Traitor.
was the
Sword of the
blade of the
traitor.
traitor.
Blade of the
So it's
Traitor.
not even necessarily a sword, but like definitely a bladed weapon of some kind.
Blade of the Traitor is the weapon he took.
That rings a bell historically. Supposedly, the blade of the traitor belonged to, well, a god whose name has been stricken from history, who fought alongside Dalageth and Celestia against the usurper gods until he stabbed them in the back. Hence, Blade of the Traitor. He joined the usurper gods in hopes that they would let him keep his station, that he would be honored for his betrayal. But instead they used great magics to strike his name from history, so that none may ever utter it again. They wanted none to know that the usurpers needed the aid and betrayal of one of the old gods to save them. As such, the traitor god's name is lost to time. With each passing year, even the story of the traitor fades.
Interesting.
Now, taking the blade does not necessarily mean that they are a traitor. It is supposedly just a magical weapon.
Yeah, I think he just wants its usage.
Now, some stories claim that it's a dagger. Others say it's a short sword. I've heard some people even say it's a rapier. So it could be most anything, I suppose.
Saw that patch.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I can't be of much more help.
You've done plenty, bud.
I did explore this area quite thoroughly, though. It was a depressing sight, to say the least. I'm not sure if any of you are going to want to go deeper in, but before you do, I will warn you that the reason you couldn't find other guards in this building is because I found them hung in the back rooms. They were clearly sacrificed to something.
Oh, swell. Back
Yes.
rooms of this dungeon?
Yes.
Hmm.
Cool.
It doesn't appear to be sacrificed anything that is here, but it feels more like feeding souls to an entity that is sealed away and trying to let it free.
Does that sound familiar at all?
I mean, it's a common thing that has happened. Demons have been sealed away often. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what demon they could possibly be trying to free. Given the significance of this historical location, I guess, if you're certain it pertains to the Celestial War, there were a few demon lords that were sealed away during that time. Unfortunately, I would have to do some research into their names and domains before I could tell you anything about them, but I know at least 4 of them were sealed.
Okay.
You're welcome to go down there and look at it if you'd like, but it's a grisly sight.
Oh, I don't need to see that.
Do we feel like it's worth investigating, guys, or
I feel like I would probably take a quick look.
yeah?
Anyone that
Okay.
does not wish to see that can accompany me and Alicia upstairs. I've had I'd like to do a bit of brainstorming for what to come next.
I'll go investigate it with you guys.
Did I just
Alright.
roll investigation?
Yeah, I'll
So
give you the
who-
help action.
Who's all going down there, and who's all going upstairs with Eladril?
I'm going with a ladle.
All right. We'll start with the basement. The trip upstairs will be fine, but once you get up there, he's going to try to discuss plans. The basement, however, it is. Eladril was being kind, sparing the details. It is an unpleasant place to look at. And, again, definitely sacrificed. Definitely not okay. And once again, they each have the same insignia. That bears no recollection for any of you. Though it looks less like. What did you roll for your investigation there, Tulip?
I haven't rolled yet.
Excellent. And Morty,
Yes.
would you like to roll religion?
Sure.
And Sarah? Would you like to roll me a survival check?
Investigation is only a 14. Oh wait, you said you were going to help, right?
Yeah, I gave you the help action.
Oh, that's much better. That's a natural 19 for a 26.
23 survival.
No, 27. I'm sorry.
For Nasara's
Math is hard.
survival check, she looks at these things and she's experienced with hunting and being in the forest and how life works. And it doesn't. The idea of them being sacrificed doesn't quite add up. Like, looking at their wounds and whatnot, it looks like they were definitely dead before any of this whole sacrifice thing was set up. And your investigation reveals that, while this is definitely like a sacrificial circle, everything about it feels incorrect. Like, it feels like a setup. And
Got
for a
18 on the religion check.
religion-wise, this circle doesn't really match any religious kind of sacrifices that you would know of. And, looking closer, being an experienced soldier, this kind of just looks more like a bunch of soldiers that they, from their armors and from their wounds, it just looks like they died in a battlefield and were brought here. It kind of looks like someone set up this scene. Meanwhile, upstairs,
Interesting.
Aledro, Alicia, and Elena kind of reconvene in the kitchen area because that seems to be the best meeting spot. And Aledro kind of turns to Elena. Now, I believe you said you had something you had to do here. What is Perhaps that should be the next course of action. What is it that you have to do?
I gotta go shopping.
Oh, that feels less pressing. Is it shopping for something important?
Yes. She's trying to remember what it was that she needed to get.
Didn't you have to find a homie?
I do. I was just looking to see what other notes I had on that. But yeah, I have a homie to go find. But I'm not supposed to tell anybody that I'm finding a homie.
Excellent.
So my friend really needs a specific item for a thing, and I needed to find a port town to get it.
He just kind of does the whole like sage nodding and just mutters warlocks. Then he's going to continue. Well, in that case, your shopping sounds important, but we also need to figure out the plan for after that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. So I thought we could use this as our home base and teleport in and out of the city, but apparently none of us know how to do teleportation circles.
Yes, no, that is kind of advanced magic.
Mm.
I believe there's
There's-
some magical items that exist that will let you do it.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I am very disconnected from the magic item market that exists in this country. It's been a number of years since I attempted to buy anything.
Mm.
Now, that would be a good thing to acquire, however. Was there a teleportation circle in this building?
Oh, I don't think we found one. Did we find one when I walked away?
I don't believe so. I don't think anyone's found one.
Okay.
As for using it at a home base, that is an option potentially, but you might want to be wary of that. You don't know who else might inhabit this house, or whether or not the authorities will take kindly to it. We have, technically speaking, we have committed treason of the highest degree.
Tomato.
What if we just use the stables as our home base? They looked pretty nice.
Potentially. That is very exposed, however. If you really want somewhere that's safe to, maybe safe to stay, I used to own a house somewhere near here.
I will go to your house. Clearly, I'll just go to anybody's house. So there's that.
Just walk right in.
It wasn't nearly as exquisite as this location, but it was still a nice manor.
I'm not that fancy.
Oh, she fancy.
It'll have to be the older house. Should still be in my name. The house that I had a few years ago, unfortunately, very likely won't be in my name anymore. I doubt they're still looking for the missing mayor of this city.
Like with a Y or with an E?
What?
A horse or a person?
Person. I used to run this city.
Oh,
Oh,
We used to run the city.
I heard mare as well, like a horse.
Mayor.
So
I built this city
Nice. That
built
was
this city on
on spells and no.
that
gold.
must have been like 150 years ago that I ran this place. I got moved to the capital to raise and be the tutor for Alicia.
Oh, so you're not her dad.
Of course.
I guess that would make you the king, so probably not.
No.
You're not my dad.
And
Her
Miss
parents-
Sarah put that idea in my head.
you're not my dad.
We do not
Hey,
speak of it
buddy.
often, but both
Find
of
your dad.
the
Thanks, Narwhal.
the former king and queen unfortunately are no longer here. That much is clear, I'm sure. We don't speak of
Yes.
it often because, well, it's not a pleasant thing to speak of. But
Sorry.
they were assassinated in he does the air quotes, an accident. And
Was it a
everyone
car accident?
No. No. The king died in a ship that was sunken. And the
Was
queen
it in Valhalla?
where?
Never mind.
And the queen, I don't know how they managed to get it written off as an accident, but she was literally shot.
Oh wow.
I believe they
Like-
listed off as a hunting accident.
With like a bullet
No,
or an arrow.
a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
To the
heavy-
face.
A heavy crossbow bolt.
Trixie.
Right through the small of her back. It was a very precise shot. They're like, oh, it was a hunting accident, and we all know it wasn't.
I mean, hunting for the queen, maybe.
The culprit was never actually found. And I suppose if we're going to continue giving history lessons, it's when I moved to the capital that I first met your associate, Soreth. He was also working for the king and the queen. However, he spent much of his time away in a foreign delegation before the king and queen died. What he came home to was quite painful for him, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Yes, I can't imagine.
Excellent. He was... I won't say he was related to them, because he wasn't really. But he grew up in the king and queen's care. Much like Alicia has. Now, he wasn't their actual son. I believe he's like the queen's second cousin's son or something. It's like distantly related, not enough to ever pretend to have any say on the throne, not that he would want it. But enough that he felt, a sort of kinship with his family. So, coming back home from a diplomacy trip and finding them gone was unpleasant for him. And then
I feel like unpleasant is underselling it, but okay.
the regent that took over, the Ice Queen, as she is called now, wanted him to continue his work, and he was not particularly keen on doing so.
This is where he got gazed.
And that is where the curse came into effect. He did try to fight that curse at first, but it brought him to the brink of death at least half a dozen times. So, as I said to be wary of him, I do think that you can trust him for now. He's more than likely exceptionally grateful to specifically you for freeing him of probably one of the most painful things he's dealt with in his life.
Good. Maybe when he comes back, I'll just morph into him and we can be twins again. I'm sure that'll make it better.
Twinsies.
That said, I think the easiest plan, and a plan that some of your associates might be particularly gifted at, is perhaps getting into the Capitol building of the mayoral household, I suppose. There's bound
A
to be
house for the horse.
There's bound to be a lot of information hidden out there, and I'm certain you have some sort of magics to disguise yourself. And I
I do.
believe your roguish friend is very good at hiding. So while perhaps the two of you can sneak in there. Perhaps the very particular item you're shopping for might be within those walls. Most anything you could want usually is.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, those of us less inclined to the sneaky can begin spreading the rumors, speaking, getting people hope up of the return of the true queen. That way you can pursue what it is that you need to pursue without, too much notice falling upon it.
Are we concerned about... you look beautiful, Tulip.
Thank you.
Are we concerned that if we talk about the return of the true queen, that Alicia's life will be in danger again?
Well, currently her life is constantly in danger. But the only way to put her out of danger would be to find allies within this nation that still stand for the original crown. And that will potentially be dangerous to find.
Okay.
But might be the only way we have to muster a force that can stand against the Empire before it sweeps us away. The corruption within our own court is it's too much for us to muster anything against the Empire now.
Are me and Tulip back by now, or is this just Elena hearing all of this information?
Just Elena at the moment.
I was actually getting ready to say, and about this time, I come barging back into the room.
Back to
Pardon,
the
thank you.
back to the basement bit. Is there anything else you guys wanted to find in there, or anything you wanted to investigate about the fact that this is very clearly a setup and not a real ritual?
No, I'm just more curious as who would to fake a holy or not holy a ritual like this, and to what ends did they accomplish in doing so? Like, what did they gain from setting up this elaborate hoax that cost the lives of the people in this room? Like, what? That's what I want to figure out. When I do go back upstairs, I will question Eldorado about it because I forget his name.
Eldorado Delato.
Eladril?
Eladril.
Really,
Oh,
really quick before we leave, though. Also, I'd like to see what uniforms these people are wearing, and just ask Emmerich real quick. Do you recognize any of these?
As I briefly mentioned it earlier, they're all wearing armor that has the same insignia as on the ring and the
That's right.
quartermaster.
do we
That's what we
think
need
that
to
this
ask.
was a possible? We never really interacted with any of the guards, right? Like there was just the one while we're battling.
Yes.
Was there possibly a curse put on them by Vostok that would make it look like they killed themselves if something happened to him? One of those like dead men tell no tales. So like
For reference,
we couldn't find them as prisoners and try to interrogate them, so he just had them kill themselves.
the guard that you found with Fustok had no insignias on his armor.
I think
need
we
to-
need to get back up to the attic and do some reading to try to figure out what this insignia is.
Yeah, I would also like to. I have a couple questions for Eldorado
Dorito.
Eldorado Dorito.
Eladril? Eladril.
Okay, got it. Eladril.
10 minutes
Eladril
later.
Dorito.
El Dorado, chicken tenders.
Cool Ranch Dorito.
If you call me Eldorado one more time, I will show you what it's like to be a chicken.
L.
Eladril.
Yeah, I go. So I go back upstairs and into the kitchen.
All the homies reconvene at this moment. Conversation
Sweet.
just ending with Elena, and the horrors that you found in the basement being probably too gruesome to be self-inflicted. It definitely looks like they died in a real ass fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't kill each other, but they definitely did not do it to themselves.
Skelly Boy has a question.
Question.
What is a skeleton's favorite snack?
Spare ribs.
Are they barbecue spare ribs?
Nope, just spare ribs. Eladril, what? Do you recognize this insignia? And then I show him the insignia.
Hi, everybody.
Got it.
Why must you fail me so often? All right. Well, did I ever? I don't remember if I made a character sheet for Eladril or if I just like used a random ass stat block for him. So I suppose we're gonna find. Oh. I made a real stat block for him.
Nice.
I'm good at DMing. Haha.
Yay.
I accidentally planned ahead.
What? This isn't the Jester we know.
It was unintentional too, which is the Jester you know.
Yep. Hey, Jester, you got 4 weeks to 2 months to plan this. Jester did it the night before.
Meh.
Jester had no idea when we were getting back to doing it.
He kind of stare. What are you showing him with the insignia?
I just like want to like we've been seeing this insignia. Everybody dead in that room downstairs has this insignia. It's on this ring. It's believe you said it was on the map too, but I'm not sure. I don't think it is.
It wasn't on the map, but it was on the uniform of the the
Quartermaster.
quartermaster guy.
Quartermasters, yes. The quartermaster, as well as this ring, bears this insignia. Do you know to which maybe nation this belongs to? It's an old insignia. I don't recognize it.
It definitely belongs to no nation that I know of. However, it does strike familiarity. Give me about a day to check my sources, and I'll get back to you on whether or not it is what I think it is.
My next question is, do you know anything about that ritual that was prepared in that other room?
Not a thing. Religion is not my strong suit. Well, historical religion is my strong suit. Theoretical religion of actually practicing it is not.
Well, I can tell you that it's all fake. It's a
Well, yes,
setup.
I'm aware religion is false. Yes.
No. Different story for another time, but I mean, like, that whole room in there, it's all set up. That's not what happened in there. That
Yes.
religion isn't a real. That
What-
whatever ritual they try to do in there it was fake. It was all set up. It was all a show. It was all a gimmick.
That's interesting, I suppose. I'm not sure what to do with that information, but it is.
Well,
I guess
trust
that-
me, I'm not either.
I guess it checks off the finding the demon lords off my notebook.
Do you know what anyone would gain from faking a ritual like that?
Sending people down a wild goose chase.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Or perhaps it's symbolic. And we're so far removed from the events that the symbolism is lost on us.
No. No, I don't think it's real.
Symbolism doesn't necessarily mean that it is the magical ritual. It could be sending a message, like when warlords in the past would decapitate their enemies and leave them piked outside. That was a strong symbol. It sent the message of "Don't mess with me."
Mm-hmm.
I know not what this message could be sending, but it's very possible that it was intended for someone in particular. But we'll never know if that person actually got the message. As we said, this house appears to be lost in time. That would probably be why, when you were speaking with Sorth earlier, he didn't remember it existing here. It's quite possible it doesn't.
How are we
could
here?
we could both be in a past and a future. Or somewhere in between. In places like this, time gets strange. We could leave
a
this
soup?
place.
Timey-wimey.
It's quite possible that when we leave this location, no time has passed outside at all. It's also possible once we leave that it's been over a week or longer. Who knows?
Pharaoh.
Hey, I'm fading, guys.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Indeed.
It's way past that time.
Yes.
You guys successfully acquired your loot and have made a vague plan for what to do next time.
Yep.
I have successfully completed everything I was attempting to complete tonight.
Excellent.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm not gonna be worth anything tomorrow if I don't go to sleep soon.
Turn off the whistle.
Blow my whistle, baby.
I have given Mud an awful thing that I'm very excited for.
Guys, I can fly.
This right here, this is all the damage that I just did to my.
And I gotta check how much damage it was.
Oh, let's see here.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what was that attack roll, huh?
Let's see here. It was definitely 17.
Oddly specific.
All right.
96.
All right. I'm going to say bye to chat.
100,
Bye, chat.
21, 123.
Farewell.
117,
All right, guys.
Are we
Thanks
still
for
good
hanging out.
next week?
More than likely.
I am.
Likely. I am.
Thanks for hanging
I'm
out.
still
I
down
appreciate
to-
it.
If we can figure out a day that
Episode
we can play,
10.
like a longer session.
I do for those
Down for
that
that.
follow on the YouTubes. I do have an
I
additional.
have the 27th off because I took the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th off because I have PTO to use. So
I have an
Oh, that's
additional
a Thursday.
YouTube video coming out on
Mhm.
Saturday
I
at
also
noon, so
have the 27th
please
off.
go
Who
ahead and
would've
check
thought?
that out.
I'm off every Thursday. though.
Especially
I'm
since
also
this
off
is
every
going to be
Thursday,
on
so-
Mud's VOD. So hey, all
so
of you Mud
Butterball
people,
and Tulip, get your shit together.
go over there and
Love you bunches.
do the YouTube thing. All right. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe.
Okay.
Stay. Until next time, stay
If it
safe.
becomes
Stay
possible,
healthy.
Sure.
Try to stay
If not,
sane.
we can also do it on like a weekend day if someone's free.
We'll catch you later.
I